Edmonton Sports Talk. My God, I loved it.
My name's Jay Milne. #Blue.
Our sports update deliverer, the Coon.
I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up today. You know what, Reid? You might be on to something.
All right, here's what's going on in the Nasty Cup.
Oh, don't look now. The Oilers are streaking through the sky like a red-hot comet, coming to hit Springfield and knock over Flanders Shelter. I watched that episode last night. Contains the famous line, "To the observatory." It'll burn up and be no bigger than a chihuahua's head. Oilers have won 3 in a row. Oil Kings in a 1-1 series tie with the Saskatoon Blades. Tortorella in Vegas, and the Final Four is set in the NCAA. What a thriller yesterday between, well, it was, depending on who you're cheering for, it was incredibly depressing for our own Matthew Iwanek, who I didn't know until I started working here. Cheers any team that won championships in the 90s, he cheers for.
It was depressing in the first half.
They were
Duke
ahead.
was up by 15.
Yeah, they were killing them.
You just want a good game.
Did you see the entire game?
I
saw the last 4 minutes. It was perfect.
Okay, are we in a safe spot? Are we in a safe place?
For spoilers, I think people know who won the game.
No, I know that. I may or may not have watched illegally while driving to Whitecourt with my daughter for a basketball tryout. I may or may not have.
Illegally streaming it? Well, okay.
But what? I mean, if you're not a Duke fan or you're not a Yukon Husky fan,
right? Or a Yukon White Horse
Yukonians,
as Coob is.
You don't care. You just want a good game. I mean, sure, brackets.
No, I want
brackets.
Duke for my bracket. Yeah.
Okay, brackets. So yeah, you're thinking Duke. You're high. You're feeling good. And then everything came crashing down.
Yeah, that'd be one of the most significant upsets, or not upsets, but comebacks in the history of the tournament.
Well, it's the first time in 134 games where a number one seed has been up by 15 or more points at the half and had them come back, had the other team come back.
Right.
So yes, history was made. It was a historical day.
We're going to talk about that with Paul Sir a little bit later on. Lots of Oilers stuff to get to. They're looking better. They're looking better. Are they looking good enough? We'll discuss that. And we'll touch on some other fun stuff along the way as well. Yes, Jason Milne is back in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. How you doing, buddy? You have a good week off?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for all the, hey, welcome back, Jays. I appreciate it. It warms the cockles of my heart. Is that what you say?
I think that's the saying. I don't know.
Cockles? Yeah, cockles. It warms the cockles of my heart.
Hold on a second. Cockles are small, edible, bivalve mollusks.
Yes, it warms the bivalve mollusks of my heart.
Maybe that's not the right saying.
Is that what you thought? What was another saying we got wrong?
Cockles of my heart.
Yeah.
Gamut and gambit.
Gamut and gambit. Yes.
Warm the cockles of my heart is an idiom meaning to fill someone with deep feelings of happiness, contentment, or gratitude. Originating around 1671, the cockles refer to the deepest part of one's core or emotions, often linked to the heart's ventricles or the heart-shaped shells of bivalve mollusks. Oh, so some of the mollusks are heart-shaped.
So yes, my cockles are warm.
Cockles are very warm.
It was a great trip.
Oh, Chet might have to change his script here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Mex put it in the nasty chat already.
No, we had a great trip. We went up to Golden, Kicking Horse, did some skiing. The most snow we've ever seen up there. Yeah. It was fantastic. Food was good. Libations were exceptional. Skiing was fantastic. My daughter discovered that sometimes instead of skiing down the hill, you can just go face first and just go right down the face of a vertical.
That sounds painful.
That's how much snow there was.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You just fall over and you just go and you end up at the bottom of the slope.
No, you go there. This is annual, is it not?
15th year in a row.
15th in a row. So before you had kids even.
Yeah. Well, I guess the year before.
Or did the first kid come out of this trip?
Well, if you look at the timing of it all, no, I will say that. But yeah, the kids are all, so I go with my cousins' families.
Okay.
So there's 10 children there. And Grace, my oldest, is the oldest, but there's younger than my youngest, Faith, who's 9.
Okay.
But this was the first year that we took the leap. And because kids, and if you've skied with kids, you know that when they find a run, they want to do it over and over and over and over again.
Right.
Which is fine. I mean, I just want them to be happy. But this year we went for some challenging runs. We did some double blacks. We did some.
So what's the hardest?
bowls.
Triple black? Is it black diamond?
Yeah, we did triple black, like bowl over a kicking horse. For those that are aware, you get off the gondola at the top.
Okay.
You have two choices: right or left. Right is a green cat track, like the snow cat trail, where it's nice and it's
okay.
It's,
See, I know nothing about virtually nothing. But
left is a cliff.
So
you just
does anybody go that way?
That's where we spent most of our afternoons.
Oh, okay. So it's not
doable.
Not a cliff. It's a hill.
There's snow on it,
right?
But it's like I showed Maddie a video of it, and I was like, "Is that what people look like from your 27th floor balcony?"
Oh,
Because I took a video of me at the top with the kids at the bottom. Yeah. So consider it about that high.
Okay.
Say 270 feet.
And how long does it take you to ski down that?
Well, it depends how you go, Reid. It could take you a minute or two, or it could take you 15 seconds.
And do you do you have to slalom or
you
navigate?
You kind of sidetrack, like the logging hills that you see in the mountains. You just go back and forth.
Okay.
Some people, if you have the right skis, like full-on powder skis, you can bounce on top of that. But there was so much snow. It's fantastic.
So, and you were there how long?
We did 4 days of skiing, but we were there for 6 days.
And it's your cousins or your wife's
my cousins.
Your cousins, yeah.
Yeah, we rent a house up on the hill.
Oh wow.
Hot tub. We brought
Everybody's in one house.
Yeah, it's a big place,
a large house, obviously.
Yeah. And we each bring our own. Like I was fruit and veggies guy. My cousin was dairy products guy. One of my other cousins was snack guy.
You also had a lot of cheesies.
Yes, and that's what happens when you get this many families together. Sometimes things go missing, or you forget about them till the day you're packing up to leave. So I brought in a colossal bag of miniature bags of Cheesies.
So
Hawkins Cheesies.
So these weren't snack guys Cheesies.
No, these were. He forgot them.
Oh, he forgot them.
He's
sorry.
Guy.
Okay,
but he'd already left. He leaves early in the morning.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So hey, if your snack guy left, then. So I brought home a big bag of probably 48 bags of Hawkins Cheesies inside this one big bag.
How many are left?
Well, I hope not many.
I had one.
My wife said, "Just take these to work."
Yeah, that's very kind.
I don't need those in our house, and she's right. So
yeah, they'll get consumed.
Currently resting in the freezer. To which Benny had his mind blown today.
Well, he didn't know you froze the stuff.
He never had frozen Hawkins Cheesies.
I'd never done it before you started working here, though. It didn't alarm me, though. I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because I freeze chocolate things.
Yes.
I mean, my mom has given us chocolate bark.
Yes.
I take that out of the freezer. Twitter Mary brought I call them crack balls. They're the little covered chocolate inside chocolatey things. Like I'm straight in the freezer for that.
You should call them chocolate coggles.
Yes.
Cockles.
So I freeze those. If you and I share a Mars bar, sometimes we procure a Mars bar.
Yes,
we freeze that.
Of course, there's several things like chips, especially those with dust on them. You know when you're left with dust on your fingers.
Yes,
those style of chips are better off frozen.
Now, did you freeze those Arribas that you like? I think we've left those in the snack cupboard.
Oh, I will.
But you froze the Doritos though, the orange bag Doritos.
I mean, any chance I get, I will freeze.
Right. Ronnie Oceanfront in the Nasty Chat says, Hawkins Cheesies ever spent $1 on marketing? I've never seen an ad or anything for them. There must be Cheesies commercials, or at some point there would have been.
There must. I don't know. I haven't. But when they're that good, they sell themselves.
Yeah, everybody knows that Cheesies exist.
Yes. But everybody knows Hawkins Cheesies. Like what brand are Cheetos?
I think that's Cheetos. But I don't think they're called Cheesies, though. I think they're called Cheese Puffs. Aren't they?
Cheetos. Is Cheetos the brand?
I think Cheesies. Yeah, I think Cheetos is the brand, and then they have cheese snacks or cheese crisps,
corn cheese snacks, or
right? Because I think Cheesies is specific to Hawkins, right?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, buddy. I'm glad we can pick off meandering just where we left off.
Yeah, that's real cheese on those. Like somebody sits and grates all the orange cheese right onto the Cheesies, and they roll around in them in fat. and then they ship them out to your store.
But we did. Hey, I brought out my my TV stuff because we're in BC, so we don't get all the Oilers games.
Oh, right.
So we were able to watch those. So I was able to keep up with things.
Yeah, Curtis Lazar came back.
Fantastic. And I mean, do I need to say anything other than just, I might get a Curtis Lazar shirt. Would that be too much? Like just his face in a heart.
I'm not the one to. That might be too much.
Or no,
even Curtis might think that's too much.
Curtis Lazar as
with the halo.
Yeah.
Doing the Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work.
Well, it's interesting. He comes back and they play maybe their most complete game of the year or one of.
Go figure.
Yeah.
Talking about picking up right where he left off.
We have some audio from after Oilers practice today that we'll get to a little bit later on. We have Connor Ingram, who's also going to be the focus of another angle we want to discuss that I think is kind of a fun one, and we'll get a lot of you involved as well.
Can I ask you something as a tease for the
yes,
the audio that's coming up?
Yes.
Might have this been one of the best comments you've heard from an Oilers player this year?
The Ingram? Well, there's a couple I could think of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
We also might have one of the most, why are you talking to me? And that's not a shot at the player who said it.
No, it's not.
And it's not even a shot at the guys asking the question.
It's not.
It had to be done.
It's just one of these things.
Yes. There was a Oilers player today asked about John Tortorella. And he talked. He didn't seem overly interested in talking about him. I mean,
not at all.
Even to a point of, okay, I'll give the standard answer. But we'll say who it was. It was Jack Roslovic. Connor Ingram clips a little bit from Chris Knobloch as well, covering just how the team's been playing lately and some of the good stories that are going on around the team right now. I mentioned the Nasty Chat. Now, if you're new to the show, that is the chat stream going down the right-hand side of the page on YouTube. So that's where you can chat with us and with each other. Oftentimes, we don't even see what's going on in there. Sometimes we do, and we react to it, but not always. If you are taking us in on YouTube, subscribe to Edmonton Sports Talk if you haven't done so already, and also click that thumbs up button.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb, thumb, thumb.
And I'm pleased to tell you, Jay, every show last week got over 100 thumbs. And I told the people that it would be awful if I had to explain to Jay not having 100 thumbs.
Now, can I ask something?
Yes.
Just me and you here, bud. Is everything okay with you and Smitty the welder?
Don't know. Not thinking about it.
Is this another like another hug? We'll put this one.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not thinking about it.
It was fun hopping on and checking out the show. I thought you guys did a fantastic job, Coob. Wonderful work as always.
Yeah, we had a fun week.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't like I've told you this. You can't worry about something being different. You have to do the show.
Sure.
Like the show is you and me and Coob, but if somebody isn't there, me included, who's ever doing the show has to do a good show. You can't go on and mope or keep saying like, obviously I referred to you not being here and Chet asked you some questions, but you can't focus on what you don't have. You know, sure. It's like when you have technical difficulties. And well, you got to keep doing. I mean, I've had to do things where you're remotely somewhere, and then you have your setup, and then it fails a minute before you go on, and you got to do it on your cell phone. Like you might mention, oh hey, just to let you know, we just got a bit of a. If you notice the audio quality, it's just because I'm on a cell phone for the time being. We'll get things straightened out, and then you do the show.
Sure. You
can't. Well, I guess you just got to act like everything's wrong or everything's different. You got to go and do it. But of course, it's good to have you back.
Thank you.
We're going to have a lot of fun. So Nasty Chat, hit the thumbs up. You can email Reid at edmontonsportstalk.com, Jay at edmontonsportstalk.com. Your limericks about skiing. Work in skiing nice. Terminology or skiing adventures or names of skiers, something like that. So that'll be your limerick challenge for today. You can text us as well, 780-218-9999. The afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. How about this? A birthday celebration lasting until October 26th because they're turning 20 this year. They're going to have over $1 million in prizes, 35 winners of $20,000 in casino free plays, 9 brand new cars, 56 winners of $1,000 in cash. Again, this is going on until October 26th. Speaking of the River Cree, Coob was there on Friday for the Unified MMA event. Coob, give us a 20 to 30 second summary of that evening.
Great energy in the entire building. Fighters were right around you. They didn't act bigger than they were. It's a smaller sort of promotion. You would see fighters after their fight walk around the venue. It was kind of cool. Some people were chatting with them. Some great knockouts, great finishes as well. You could see the skill build up throughout the card. Two, some great production, coverage as well. Aaron Bronstetter was there, who usually covers the UFC, and it was a great time all around. A 17-year-old got a win and called out for Dana White to add him to his contender series, which is sort of a prospect pool where people fight for UFC contract, but all around great card, and I would go once again.
All right, good. I know you're looking forward to going on Friday, so that's cool. All right, it is time for your afternoon headlines presented by 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Stream them on iHeart today.
This is Chet Palmer with your sports report. Spicy Tortorella is back with the Nighty Knights. That team is so deep in the ditch, even my brother-in-law thinks they're in trouble. The locals have won 3 straight. Gee Jiminy's, they're hotter than freshly baked bread. Hey, Jason Milne, is that a baguette in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Well, that was a shocker in the bucket bonanza with Duke getting knocked out. Hey, I once had a dog named Duke, and he could have played basketball because he was also good at throwing one up at the buzzer. I'm Chet Palmer.
I don't know where to start.
Well, dogs vomit a lot. If somebody just turned on the show right when I said that line, well, dogs vomit a lot.
I really like the bucket bonanza. I like the reference to dogs throwing up.
Oh, he was talking about the bucket bonanza a lot last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that is good. That is very good. I'm not sure we've heard G Jiminy's in a while, if ever. And once again, piling on his brother-in-law.
Well, he's actually saying they're people worse off.
Yeah. Tortorella. I mean, is that just... I'm sure we'll discuss this at some point.
Yeah, maybe even the next segment. Who knows?
Oh, boy. Interesting. Do you know how good the Las Vegas Golden Knights have been since the Olympic break?
Oh, I was looking at it. Is it 5-12-2? No.
5-10-2.
5-10-2, sorry.
A 353 points percentage.
Not good.
No, not good. That's second worst since the Olympic break in the NHL.
Who are they ahead of? Vancouver?
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Tied with
not
Toronto.
Even trying.
Right, tied with Toronto.
Toronto's that bad, eh?
Yeah.
Since the Olympic
break. And
Big
Vegas.
fight night for them.
Since the... Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to set that up.
We'll talk about that at Torts and that in the next segment.
Okay, let's do it.
Those will be good because I love getting your opinions on those things. All right, so Jay's back after a week off, so that'll lead us into our off-topic topic for William Huff. Since 1952, William Huff has provided industry-leading advertising solutions for thousands of valued clients. Their unparalleled customer service combined with decades of industry expertise and a desire to make every job the very best can be is what they call the William Huff Advantage. Visit their website at williamhuff.com or give them a shout at 780-454-4536.
Well, and Big Uke, this is an awesome shirt. I got to see if I can get this one made.
What happened?
You sent me a shirt in the
You
inbox.
already made one up.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I might just get that made.
Jeez.
We have friends that do these things. Okay. Like Little Buckaroo.
Yeah.
What's the worst part of coming back from a vacation?
Now, for vacation, do you actually mean traveling or just an extended time off work? Like not a long weekend. You're off at least a week.
No, I'd say this is a planned... You're away from your home. You're sleeping in a different bed.
Oh, okay.
For several...
Geez, I haven't done that
3
in a
or
while.
more nights in a row. Because here's what... And God bless my wife. Before we leave, she is a crazy person about cleaning the entire house. Like clean, spotless. Everything is in place. Sheets are washed, vacuumed, mopped, dusted, so that when you come back home, it feels like it's refreshing to come back home to.
Garbages are done.
Awesome.
Garbages are done. You can't make that mistake.
No, never.
No, and nobody would make that mistake. Certainly not around here. But everything's done. So the thing for me, and it's not work, and I would challenge you listeners to say something other than work, because I think that's the easy one to say. But
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know, Reid, but I really enjoy my job. I was quite looking forward to coming back and hanging out with the crew and all of you. The worst thing for me is the lack of groceries and or finding out you should have removed groceries from fridge prior to leaving.
Yeah.
Because then you're bare bones. Like, and then you get in and you got to make lunches for the kids in the morning. It's like, ooh, this could be dicey.
Right.
I don't know what kind of bologna I'm going to get when I open this bag, but it smelled good. So we moved on.
Yeah, they got enough preservatives in the meat anyways.
Yeah, they sure do, Coop. So that's the off-topic topic for our friends at William Huff.
So I haven't traveled in a while. But I will say this, and like you, I enjoy my job. I mean, when I take time off, and I enjoy my time off, and I make the most of it. But even sometimes during time off, there might be a story or something where, I wish I could have talked about that. Or I'm off and off in the summer. Maybe it's the day after an Elks game. I'm like, I wish I could talk about that today, or ask Jay what he thought about something.
Oh, that's a good point.
But I would say for me, the worst thing about vacation time ending, and I haven't traveled in a while, so I'll just kind of use vacation time. I know that's not exactly what you want. It's actually the night before. Because that's when you feel like, I have to get up at a certain time. Like, not that I stay up late partying, but
the night before the last day.
Yeah, the night before you're going back to work. So if say it would last night, where it's like, oh geez, I don't have an open day tomorrow, or I'm not meeting somebody for lunch, or I'm not just having a lazy morning.
That's a good one.
Or I wanted to clean out that bookshelf and throw some things out, and I never got around to it. And now I might have to wait another 6 months or a year to get to it. So it's that, to me, it's that night before you're going back to work that sort of feels like a bummer.
That's sneaky good. I didn't think about that. I like it. Double Ace is coming back to work and looking at your inbox.
Well, that's a good one.
Trying to catch up on things.
I think is different.
And it's got to be there. I think most professions get way more emails than we do. Like, you hear people coming back from a week off and having 3,000 emails or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we might have 30. And a lot of those are timely. So it's like, I don't need the NHL morning skate report from last Tuesday. So you just know you can delete it.
Yeah, you can just delete those.
Yeah.
I truthfully take my laptop with me because, there's some things that I need to get back to right away.
Sure.
And there were things I planned. I mean, not like I'm sitting on a ski trip at the chalet, in my ski boots doing work on my computer. But there were a couple times where I checked it, answered a couple emails, right back to it. You could do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you received a lot of emails, that would be tough. That would be bad.
Yeah.
That'd be awful, actually.
Mex has a good one. The dieting after going all out on food during the vacation.
Yep.
Yeah, if you had a vacation during which you could eat as much as you wanted or had unlimited access to food.
Yep.
And then you're back home and it's like, I want that dessert bar at 9 p.m. And it's like, like you said, I got a moldy apple and 3-year-old crackers.
Yeah, not good.
Well, the crackers would still be fine.
That was the thing coming back. Like, I took, about a week off to go to Seattle sometime last year. And I was eating pretty good, and I eat pretty good at home. I mean, I still live with the fam. I get some good homemade meals.
Sure.
But the fact of coming home and maybe checking the bank statement is one of those.
Good one. That's a good one,
You can spend a lot on vacation. Sometimes you're like, I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
I'll pay extra for that. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You wouldn't pay for that if you were
$15 for a
living
can
in
of
the
pop.
comfort of your own home.
I'm on vacation. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's a good one, Coop.
That's one that stands out.
Yeah,
for me
looking
for
back and like, what did I buy?
What
did I get at 2 a.m. for $14.99?
Right.
That was just ice. I was just getting some ice.
Yeah. They really saw Mark coming.
Or you lock yourself out of your room and they were like, well, there is a room readmittance fee if you've forgotten your key.
Yes, of course.
All right, so that'll be the off-topic topic for William Huff. Good suggestions already. Worst thing about coming back from vacation. Remember to click the thumbs up if you haven't done so already. If you're watching us on YouTube, we want to get to at least 100 every show. We did it while Jay wasn't here. We can certainly do it while Jay is here. We're already at 44 thumbs, so that's pretty good. Let's keep going with that. And once you hit the thumbs up button, then hit the share button.
Do you believe in life after love?
I might work in more share songs.
I think you should.
I was listening to I Found Someone yesterday. We'll have to work that one in.
Well, hang on. We have the two most iconic Cher songs, don't we?
I would think so. Well, I Got You, Babe, with Sonny, I guess.
Ah, right.
No, that was not a solo.
Now,
effort.
I was thinking Islands in the Stream.
Wasn't that Kenny and
That's
Dolly?
Kenny and Dolly,
Yeah, maybe
isn't
she did. I was looking to share stuff. She's done a whole bunch of covers recently. Like I think she did a cover just of ABBA songs, an album just of ABBA covers. Sorry, but I don't know if that would count. I mean, you got I Found Someone would be up there, just like Jesse James. I don't know if that's a big one. There's probably other ones we can't remember.
Well, you can.
What do you mean?
Surely you can.
Well, I just gave everything I did.
No, but
Gave you all
once you hear them,
gave you all I had to give.
once you hear them, you'll know which ones will play.
I guess we'll look.
Didn't we play just like Jesse James on the show?
Yeah, we just started playing it off YouTube, I think, before we made those hot buttons for it. Mm-hmm. All right, 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Tortorella back in Vegas. We'll discuss that a bit. Here comes the Coop.
Trent Frederick, Colton Dock returning to Oilers practice today. Frederick not skating since March 19th due to injury. Dock his first practice since going down March 10th. Today's slate in the NHL, 5 games. Canucks Golden Knights face off. Vegas 3 points behind the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division and 6 points back of Anaheim, who lead in the Pacific. Ducks with a game in hand on both Edmonton and Vegas. Anaheim battling Toronto out east tonight. Radko Gudas in the lineup for Anaheim. Both of those games start at 8 o'clock. For the Panthers, they've ruled out captain Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season. He continues to recover from an MCL and ACL tear. And off to a hot start, the Blue Jays. First of 3 games against the Rockies. Tonight, first pitch, 5:07. Cody Ponce, his Jays debut on the mound. Tamayuki Sagano countering for Colorado. Just 1 game live in the majors. Twins Royals bottom 5th. Kansas City up 2-1. And on the court, Philly, Miami, they tip off 5 o'clock. Boston visits Atlanta at 5:30, while the Pistons and Thunder clash at 7:30, having a total of 8 games around the association. This sports update is brought to you by The Ranch. The Ranch Golf Club delivers premier conditions, top-notch service, and unmatched value every round. That's why they're Alberta's top choice for corporate golf events. Visit ranchgolf.com. Today, more with Reid and Jay following the break. Here on the Reid Wilkins Show, I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
2 guys and a goalie.
Jack Roslovic would be worth a 4-year, $5 million contract. Hire or fire it.
Jack Roslovic is 29 years old. I like him as a player, man, but I don't know why I feel like if he signs a deal, he just shuts it right. I shouldn't feel this way. The only team that wanted him last year was the Edmonton Oilers.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
We have what you're looking for. GD Liquidators is Edmonton's one-stop shop for new and used warehouse, office, and industrial items since 1987. You'll find what you want when you want it. Give us a call, visit us in store, or check out the monthly auctions at gdliquidators.com. 100% Canadian owned and operated. We have what you are looking for. GD Liquidators.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
GCL Diesel has been serving oil country since 1972. From diesel cars to SUVs to pickups. From farm tractors to school buses to a big rig. From diesel generators to forklifts, GCL can test, troubleshoot, and repair all diesel fuel system components. Whether it's injectors, pumps, turbos, filters, or additive, GCL has the parts you need to keep your diesel running the way it should. For genuine diesel parts at wholesale prices, visit GCL Diesel in the West End or online at gcldiesel.com. GCL Diesel. Diesel understood.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Yeah, it's the glue guy, holding it down, you know the vibe. Friday night lights to early morning strides. Used to lace up the cleats, crowd screaming my name. Now I'm lacing up Nikes, but the hustle's the same. Studio lights, hot takes, I'm running the game.
All right, good to have you joining us this afternoon. Oilers practiced earlier today. We'll go over some of the details from that, and you'll get some post-practice audio too, as you've been hearing the Coob. Doc and Frederick both back on the ice. Not going to play tomorrow, maybe later in the week. Tomorrow's game against Seattle, 7 o'clock at Rogers Place. So 6 o'clock for the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show, hosted by Tom Gazzola. He's on right after the game as well to break it down. Jay and I and the Coob are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Just a day and a half left, less than that, to dive into the wing flavor of the month. Creamy white cheddar, rich, cheesy, and smooth, just like your favorite chicken. Oh, sorry, just like your favorite white cheddar popcorn, but on a saucy wing. Try them before they're gone. They're gone tomorrow night. We know when they're gone. You got to get one.
Hot dang. Reid, the off-topic topic for William Huff. What part of worst part of coming back from vacation? Right. Vacation. Alicia Hemming says the worst part is unpacking / doing laundry, especially if it was a beach vacation.
Sand everywhere, I guess. Yeah.
Ian, the needing of a vacation after getting home from a vacation. This is true.
Yeah, it's tiring. It can be.
Well, that's what he says. He says tired-wise.
Yeah.
Like you're beat. You've been dragging the kids around Disney World for 4 days. You're tired or hot. You're spent.
I thought I read somewhere, and this is, as we know with now the internet and scrolling, sometimes things pop up, but it's not a full story, but it sounds interesting. I can't remember if I read a story or saw a headline. Well, it might have been a little bit detailed, but apparently, I think it was 4 or 5 days that the effects or the excitement of going on a vacation wears off. Like you go somewhere, you're somewhere new, or you're somewhere you enjoy and you've been to before and you're excited and you've traveled and you're doing different things. And then after 4 or 5 days, then that becomes a routine. And there's no excitement benefits of being on vacation anymore.
What's the optimal time length of a getaway for Reid Wilkins?
Oh, not that long. Well, it depends what I'm doing, I guess. I mean, I'm not a well-traveled man, as you know.
Yeah, I'm a homebody.
So, and the last few times I've traveled, I mean, I will say this, some people will probably laugh at me, but I have not been on an airplane since 2019. The furthest I've been from Edmonton in 6 years, 7, well, the pandemic was 7 years ago. Well, it was 6 years ago this month when it started. So the furthest away I've been in the last 6 years is Jasper. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I've even been to Calgary. Oof. Have you flown in the last 6 years? Well, yeah, you have, yeah.
Yeah, well, on a charter with the Wildcats.
Oh, right.
To Winnipeg. Yeah, that's about the furthest we went out to Victoria for the Canadian Bowl.
Okay.
As well. So then maybe that's what's further, Winnipeg or Victoria?
Probably Winnipeg.
Yeah. So, but no,
but the ideal vacation, I couldn't imagine going somewhere for 3 weeks. I mean, I've been away.
No.
I've been away for, I think, almost 2 weeks as an adult, but I was doing a variety of stuff. Like in 2007, when Onright and I did the baseball tour, which was, I think, 8 or 9 days, Before that, I had been visiting family in a couple different, like in Toronto and in Kitchener-Waterloo. So I was gone a while, but there were sort of shifts in what I was doing.
And something that, you were still looking forward to something even when you were on your vacation.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when Jay and I, we're driving, we're getting to the next city, we're going to the game, we're sleeping, we're driving, we drove. So, we were kind of always on the go.
True.
But yeah, I that's a good question. I mean, sure. Is it like for people who do beach vacations? Is there a point where it's like, okay, I'm lying in the sun, I get it.
But
there's no balance, right? It's like
no. I would have a hard time with being away from home for more than 7 days.
Yeah, I think I would.
That's a. I'm good.
And I as we've talked about
this.
4-dayer. I'm not generally bored. Like there's stuff in my house, in my neighborhood, in this city that I want to do, or people that I want to see. Like usually when I'm off, I'm like, oh, what friend could I catch up with? Where do I want to go? Or what do I need to do? Or what book or games sitting there unused or unplayed on the shelf that I could pull out? I don't feel, no, I have nothing against traveling, and traveling is attractive for sure, but I don't feel unsatisfied in my home or in my home area. Does that make me weird? Maybe it does.
No, and that actually brings us to a. Did you see the movie? The one I can't remember the name.
I've seen a couple. Yeah.
No, the one you really wanted to see.
Project Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Yesterday, Dad and I went to Ready or Not 2. Here I Come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to try. I will try to see Project Hail Mary.
You haven't seen it yet
this week? No, I don't think
Reid,
Hernan's gone either.
That's the one you were looking forward to most.
Well, there's still time. I mean, maybe I could go. Oh, maybe Friday night I could go. Friday matinee might be tough because I got some stuff on the go because we're off Friday.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't. Tonight I'm not going. Wednesday night won't go. Tuesday and Thursday is hockey.
Do you think calling Good Friday?
What if I missed the hockey game but showed up for post?
That would be a. That'd be a good.
There
move.
must be maybe at North Edmonton Common. There's like a 6:30 movie. I could buzz over. You're in there till 9:15. Go to the rink. Just walk straight into the dressing room. Don't even know the score in the game.
I'm sure you wouldn't be the first person. I'm sure that's happened.
Not advisable.
Do you think calling it Good Friday is redundant?
Well, I think there's some.
Well, I know, but it always is on a Friday. Shouldn't it just be Good Day?
No, it's specific to a Friday. Something that happened on a Friday.
So then, is it redundant?
I'm not comfortable with this topic. I'm going to say the wrong thing. Sensitive to people's beliefs.
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, hey, I always thought that when I was little.
When you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm like, why it's, I don't know.
Well, you're like, it always falls on a Friday.
Yeah, it's Good Friday. So it's why.
Right, but it differentiates it from the other 52 Fridays of the year.
Did they call it, is it always referred, and now I know this is worlds apart, but is it like Labor Day is always not referred to as Labor Day Monday, Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, Labor Day is on a Monday. But it's good. So it's because it's good.
Easter
it's
weekend.
Good Friday and then it's Easter Monday for whatever reason. Why it should be Good Friday and Good Monday? Is that what you're suggesting? Or Easter Friday?
Just Good Day.
You're going to have to go back hundreds of years to the people who made the calendar and gave it these names.
Well, yeah, El Presidente. It could be Great Friday.
Could be.
Well, just things that are going on in my brain.
No, that's a valid comment.
Yeah.
Okay. 780-218-9999 is the River Crew Resort and Casino inbox. What do you think of Tortorella being hired in Vegas?
Well, how to tell the hockey world that you're freaking out without openly, blatantly telling them you're freaking out 101. I mean, I just don't understand it. Now I know we went over it. They've been struggling mightily since the Olympic break, which is a good, differentiator of teams. Some of like the Oilers haven't been on fire. I mean, I guess maybe better than their season. They've been playing better. They're at a 594 points percentage.
Right.
Vegas is at a 353 points percentage.
I mean, the Oilers here just says, sorry, I'll let you get back to Vegas. The Oilers are 8-4-1 in March. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
You know,
really good.
They went 8-5-2 in January. They went 9-5-1 in December. They've put together a decent season. They just haven't had a long winning streak like they've had in other years.
I just found what Joaquin said on his appearance on the morning show this morning to be pretty accurate. Show me a head coach getting fired in the NHL, and I'll show you a goaltender that's struggling.
Well, that's often true, yes.
Right? I mean, Vegas is third worst since the Olympic break. In goals for, they're third worst. I think they're fifth. They're awful in all the categories.
Yes, right.
But does that require you to make a change? And the change to be John Tortorella.
Well, he's only been out of coaching a year. Like, he keeps getting, like, here's the thing, despite his reputation and how some people may perceive him, he keeps getting jobs. I mean, in the hockey world, he must be pretty highly thought of. Because what do we see? Oh, hothead, mouthy, unpredictable, you know.
Yeah, but Bruce Cassidy wasn't exactly the most happy-go-lucky guy. I mean, you're changing it out with a similar head coach in style, at least demeanor on the bench. Like, that's mostly what I don't understand about it. Usually you replace the good cop with the...
Oh, I see what
you know
you're
what I
saying.
mean? With the bad cop,
Right.
or vice versa, to shake up the locker room.
Right.
It just doesn't seem like they're doing that at all.
Okay, so this worries me somewhat if you're an Oilers fan. Because if Vegas doesn't improve or gets worse, whatever, that's where they were headed anyway. So the way I look at it is Tortorella can only help.
Sure.
I was talking about this with Tom. My old colleague, Bob Stauffer, used to say that Tortorella coaches dive on a grenade hockey. And he thought, I hope I'm not misquoting Bob here, but I think he kind of thought that if you just drill your players like that all the time, it wears them out. I mean, yes, you want intensity, but maybe a coach knows, you know what, game 40 on December 21st, okay, I'm not going to crack the whip. But all Tortorella needs to do is crack the whip for 3 months. That's what they're gambling on, right? That's what Armstrong is not Armstrong.
Kelly Crimmon?
McCrimmon. Jeez, I don't know where I got Armstrong from. Yeah. That's what McCrimmon is gambling on, right? That he comes in, increases the effort level, increases the intensity, and they get hotter into the playoffs, and then maybe they do some damage, because he's also probably looking as, how good is this division? Why can't we win it? But I am with you on one thing. How much can he just fix the goaltending? I mean, maybe with the players, it can be like, okay, like, you're not thorough enough. You got to take that extra stride. You got to get there. He can spark them a little bit. I don't know if you can just be like, Aiden Hill, like, for the love of God, just stop it. I'm trying. Like, right. You know how goalies are like. I mean, Tristan Jarry's trying to stop the puck.
Well, look no further than the Oilers. The Oilers ebb and flow the way of their defensive game. If they're playing a stronger team defensive game, guess who looks better? Their goaltending.
Okay, so what if Tortorella has that impact?
Of changing their defensive ways?
Or they're just stouter. They have more focused alertness.
Focused alertness, right. Well, I will say this. Generally, a coaching change has a spark.
Sure.
Right? Because it whips everybody's heads around and says, oh gosh, we just got that man fired.
We cost Cassidy his job.
Right? That weighs on, people in your profession. If you knew you got your boss fired because you were underperforming,
right?
Well, you'd take some of that on your shoulders and try fix it.
Usually that's what happens. Now, I guess if I'm going to present both sides of this, could players in Vegas also be thinking, okay, yeah, we need a boost. Seriously, that's the guy?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is really, there's somebody else out there, that would have been, okay, boys, let's hitch our wagons to Pete DeBoer and let's ride off into...
He's already been in Vegas, though, but I know what you're saying.
But you know what I mean?
There's other options. Yeah.
There are other options. John Tortorella, Reid, I don't know. I mean, if you're, like, what you're saying is that there's only one way this can go. Well, not one way this can go.
It could be a disaster, but Tortorella, they kind of are a disaster right now if they're 350.
John Tortorella could come out of this smelling like roses.
Sure.
Right? If he can turn this team around, get them back on track, and what? Make the playoffs? Because right now, the way they're playing, they're going to play themselves out of a playoff position.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if they go 2-6, they might miss the playoffs. Yeah, I guess maybe I'm a little more, from an Oilers perspective, it's a little more concerning to me just because what if he gives them a spark? This is a likely first-round matchup. But, yeah, there are things that need to change there for sure. 780-218-9999 is the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. If you have us on YouTube this afternoon, you can keep posting in the Nasty Chat with us and with each other. We are at 63 thumbs up. Pretty good. Let's just do a push here to get to 100 in the first hour.
Sure.
How happy would that make Jay Milne back from holidays? So if you haven't clicked the thumbs up button, get in there and click it. Jay's Play of the Day. So I did Jay's. You probably saw I kept calling it Jay's Play of the Day.
Sure.
Because it is Jay's Play of the Day. That's the segment. I went big, or convoluted. But I believe Coob, I was 0 for 3, and then I think Thursday cashed, because Thursday was Thursday was Ducks and Oilers to win.
Right.
And then Friday was Blue Jays to win, Gosman to strike out 4 or more, which I think he did in 2 innings, and Vladdy to get 2 or more bases. So that hit on Friday.
Well, yeah.
I'm curious to see what you have coming back.
I'll tell you one thing. I look at this Blue Jays pitching staff, Reid, and boy, oh boy, they upgraded that position quite a bit. So I don't know why I would, the Blue Jays might become a little bit of a play for Jay over the, because sometimes.
But they're going to be a fun team to wager on.
I think they will
through the summer here. This could be pretty good.
Early, like if they can go, they made quick work of the Oakland A's, right? So if they can get off to a hot start, which I think they could, I think their pitching is going to have a lot to do with it.
All right. So we'll look at that. Jay's Play of the Day coming up. The Oil Understood coming up for GCL Diesel. You're going to hear from Knobloch, Roslovic, and some really good stuff from Connor Ingram. Paul Sir to talk about March Madness a little bit later on as well. It's 3:46. Zachary Kubish.
Colton Dock, Trent Frederick both return to Oilers practice today. Frederick, his first skate since going down March 19th with an injury. Dock, his first practice since suffering an injury March 10th. Today's slate, a handful of games in the NHL. Vegas, Vancouver go at it. The Golden Knights 3 points behind the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division, 6 points behind Anaheim, who leads in the Pacific, plus the Sharks. Blues, they face off. San Jose still in the hunt, 4 points behind the Predators, 4 wild card 2 with 3 games in hand on Nashville. Down in Florida, the Panthers, they've ruled out captain Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season as he continues to recover from an ACL and MCL tear. And off to a hot start, the Blue Jays play the first of 3 games against Rockies. First pitch just after 5. Cody Ponce, his Toronto debut on the mound, while Tamayuki Sagano counters for Colorado. And just one game live right now in the majors, top of the 7th. Twins down 2-1 against the Royals. To the association, Philly, Miami open the night at 5. Then it's Boston in Atlanta. Tip off at 5:30 for that one. We also see the Pistons and Thunder clash later at 7:30 with a total of 8 games around the NBA tonight. This sports update is brought to you by Sather Reid Sport Medicine. Connor McDavid's got a team of specialists, and you've got a bag of frozen peas. Get the same locker room approach that's trusted by the best in the game. Call them at 780-460-9977 or visit their website at satherreidsportmed.ca to book an appointment. Today, Jay's Play of the Day for Play Alberta. Once we get back here on the Reid Wilkins Show, I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
I think the Kings would be a tougher test. I think Seattle would be a tougher test.
Just for the Oilers?
For anyone.
For anyone.
For anyone.
Okay.
Vegas does not look good.
Something's off. I love how you described that earlier in the show.
Again, can they be like the Oilers and just turn it on in the playoffs like we've seen in the past?
I think they would hope so.
Yeah.
They have championship pedigree, having won it.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If I move the snowblower into the bathroom, move the skis and Christmas decorations into the dining room, will that give me room for the lawnmower, kayak, and kids' bikes?
Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca. At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one. The power of one. The power of one.
The power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for flooring? Paramount Flooring has it all. Sales, service, and expert installation. With options for every style and budget, open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Quick delivery and in-stock deals. Plus, EST listeners get 10% off. Visit ParamountFlooring.ca today.
This is Shaggy, you're listening to Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right, hope you're having a great afternoon. Some storylines in the National Hockey League tonight. Of course, you will have Tortorella. What an opponent to come in against, eh? Home game against Vancouver. Flames play the Avalanche. Islanders play the Penguins. Sharks and Blues. And Ducks and Maple Leafs. So Radko Gudas is going to play. Because what's he saying? He says, I got to stand behind my own mistakes. I want to address it myself. That's one of those games where I have to play. So coming back from injury, was suspended for ending Matthews' season. Do you think he's got to, like, if you were playing, if you were a Maple Leaf, would you be like, yeah, I got to go fight him on my first shift?
Yeah, especially if you're a fringe-like player for the Maple Leafs.
Right.
Given the response in real time, or lack thereof, by the entire Maple Leafs team.
Right.
Yeah. Stand up. But I mean, you got to watch what you do. Because you could be getting a suspension. Not that it really matters for anybody on the league.
Right.
I mean, Reid, what else do you want to do? Sit out? I mean, I don't think he's one to shy away.
No, exactly.
Right? What do you call him? The big slab of
beef,
yeah.
I think I call him, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's got to go put some barbecue sauce on somebody else. You know? Lather me up. I hope, hey, hope it brings some excitement to that game. Evander Kane's game number 1,000 for Evander Kane in Vegas.
Oh, cool. Oh, congratulations to him. Played a few years here for Edmonton. As we all remember.
As we all do. What do you think? Do you think Radko Gudas...
Oh, yeah, there'll be something. I mean, the Leafs, like you said, the Leafs have to do something that people felt they should have done in that game.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's not like Gudas can sit there and say, like, what? It was a clean hit with a bad result. I mean, he need him. He did get suspended. I mean, I suppose the other side of the argument is, well, he got suspended. The league took care of it. Why should the Leafs... But that's not how hockey works. I hate to tell you.
Well, and that would be an interesting question. What's the over-under on how long?
Yeah, when does the fight happen?
And then did they just say you're out, you're gone? Did they just give them both misconduct?
No, they'll just give him 5 for fighting.
Yeah?
Yeah. But who was Thomas saying? Pizzetta is up for the Leafs, so he might have to go and handle it.
Sucks for him. Hey, here you go, kid.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good chance to make your name because even if if he wipes the ice with you, you're still the guy that will be remembered.
Pizetta's been around a bit. He knows what he's doing.
Sure.
But Anaheim, is it a different game if Gudas would have played on Saturday? I don't know. I mean, from an Oilers perspective, you could say, well, Leon didn't play. But we saw what Gudas did in the Olympics, and I think he has somewhat of that effect on the Ducks, right? Like he's one of those guys, he's a bit of a heartbeat of the team type player, I think.
Yeah,
he's a tone setter.
He's turned into a person you don't like to play against, which for an opponent for the Anaheim Ducks is a real good tool. Because you don't know where he'll go or how far he'll go. And he's not the biggest guy. He's not like a beast out there on the ice. He's just a pain in the ass prick to deal with. I'm sure he's a nice guy off the ice, but you hate playing against him.
Apparently he is. Buttermilk Syrup in the Nasty Chest says, Gudas is a joke. He's not a hero for choosing to fight tonight. He deserved a lot more from the league. Well, I don't think he's a joke, but I agree. He's not a hero for choosing to fight. I mean, maybe he could have sat out more with the injury. And I would agree with you. He deserves a lot more from the league, but we know that suspensions often aren't adequate. This is the one thing, and Brownie and I used to talk about this, and I stand by this. This is a bit of a hypocrisy for me, okay? Well, because I feel as if the Players Association, we don't want long suspensions. Oh, a guy gets suspended. Well, the player has a right to appeal it. Well, he shouldn't miss 4 games. He should miss only 3. What about the guy who has a broken whatever or a concussed whatever? Why aren't you advocating for that guy? Like, to me, it's like, okay, we don't want our employees getting hurt. Like, forget about we don't want them getting suspended. Why don't you just start by saying we don't want our employees hurting each other to the extent that one guy is getting a crippling injury.
Okay,
or a season-ending injury.
So do you think because Austin Matthews is out for the rest of the year, tore his knee up, that should change the suspension that Gudas got?
Not necessarily.
Do you think it should be held? Do you think it should be a part of it, though? Like, he's not playing for the rest of the year. Now, I understand the Leafs are out of it, but that still doesn't change things. Like, Austin Matthews is out, love him or hate him. He is somebody that the NHL holds in high regard, you would think.
So this is the thing. Why not suspend Gudas for longer? And then maybe guys might think about playing a little more cleanly. I don't know. Like, it just seems like they're advocating for the wrong side of the argument.
Well, that's interesting.
What?
Jason and Leduc, this Gudas talk is ridiculous. It's not like he threw his knee out there at Matthews when going to take him. Matthews shifts directions and tries to hop around a leg that's already extended and out. Why is your leg extended and out? Like, is there anybody that's saying that was not a dirty hit, or that doesn't think that was a dirty hit?
Jason doesn't, which is fine.
That's okay, but have you heard that take before?
Not really.
Not really.
I maybe didn't spend up a lot of time looking at it, but Mike, the Michigan fan, says hot take: Greer's hit was worse than Radko's knee. Well, that wasn't a good hit either. And this is another thing about the NHL: enforce the checks from behind. Enforce the checks from behind. They don't.
No,
they don't. It's sad, but this is the thing. Then the PA defends the guy getting suspended. Well, you can't cost him his salary by getting him suspended. Well, what about the injured guy? Okay, he's still going to get paid. Maybe he can't play next year. Maybe he doesn't recover in time and he doesn't get his roster spot.
Yeah,
get a contract.
And okay, so the same could be said in football. What if you take a guy's head off coming across the middle, right? And he's done for the rest of the year, concussion.
Yeah.
Should that player then be forced to sit out, I don't know, half that time? If there's 6 games left in the season, force him to sit out half? But until you do something like that, Reid, nobody's going to, 5 games, what's 5 games to a lot of these guys? When your superstar player in Toronto is out for the rest of this year.
Right.
And who knows what recovery is going to look like if he'll ever be the same again. You don't know that.
All right, we better get to this. By the way, Coop, there's no point having that TV on. You see how often it freezes? This is like the worst.
It's
worst
Jay.
reception ever.
It's play. He's Jay.
Look at
it's
it, Jay.
Today. It's Jay's play.
That's how we wound up 45 minutes behind for the Blue Jays game on Friday.
Jay's play of the day.
Go back to good old-fashioned cable. We leave Wi-Fi for your laptop and the internet. We want cable on actual cable. Jay's play of the day for Play Alberta. Make your bets count for you and everyone else with the Play Alberta app with hundreds of player prop bets on the biggest leagues, NFL, CFL, NHL, NBA, MLB, you name it. You're not just playing for fun. You're supporting your province. Play Alberta revenue helps fund Alberta programs and services.
Did I just see a Gruyere Switzerland advertisement on the rink? Like is that Swiss? That's what they promote.
Are they hosting next year?
Is Gruyere?
It's in Ogden, Utah.
Yeah, I know where it is, but like, is that it? Is that the pinnacle of what you Switzerland export? Or is Gruyere bigger than I've ever thought? It says Gruyere.
I've never thought about this. That's probably.
I mean, Gruyere.
Oh no, it's in St. John, New Brunswick next year.
Gruyere,
I don't know.
Lovely cheese.
I don't know. Is there actual cheese on the ice?
No, it just says Gruyere, Switzerland.
I don't know. I've never thought about this.
Huh. Some would say it's a stinky cheese. All right, Jay's play of the day. We are going to.
It's a town in Switzerland known for producing the cheese of the same name. Maybe they want people to go there.
Oh, maybe they want
cheese.
people to visit
It might be
Gruyere and not
tourist
just
ad.
eat the cheese.
Yes, or do both.
Hey, why not? What did you just do? You Googled it.
I Googled it. They're
you
getting
found
some hits.
out.
They're getting some hits.
Advertising works, folks. Jay's play of the day. Here we go. Blue Jays in action. So you got to get in within the next hour. Well, to be precise, 48 minutes. Toronto Blue Jays -1.5. Kirk and Guerrero to have one or more RBIs.
Oh, nice.
Or as the baseball people call them, ribbies. This was a big number. I was surprised about this. +622.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that would be what? 7.2 to 1?
Yeah, I haven't got in there on this yet. I forgot to look. Yeah, it should be 7.2 to 1, right?
So Colorado's 0-3. Not that, but I just think the Blue Jays. No, don't say that. I just think the Blue Jays.
They're not going to go 0-162, Jay.
No, I think the Blue Jays are going to go 162-0. And it starts tonight.
For sure that Gudas knew exactly what he was doing. He drove his knee into his knee. They're showing that we got SportsCenter. Oh, now Berube's frozen. Just shut it off, Coop. This is more distracting. Having this stupid frozen. Like, what is wrong with this? What is wrong with the world? I want cable. Okay, I want cable. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, what were you saying, Jay? Yes, it is 7.22 to 1.
Jay's play of the day. Blue Jays to win by 2 or more runs. Alejandro Kirk and Vladdy Guerrero Jr. 1 or more ribbies. That's been boosted to +622. You can head over to playalberta.ca, click on sports, click on EST specials. We've got tons of specials up there. And if you haven't yet, download the brand new Play Alberta app. It is fantastic. And Reid, always remember to use your game sense.
It's Jay. It's play. He's Jay. It's today. It's Jay's play of the day. It's Jay's play of the day. Jay's play of the day.
All right, presented by Play Alberta. We got some Connor Ingram comments. He was very interesting today. Knobloch on what the team is doing better lately. Paul Sir, a little bit after 5 o'clock on that crazy finish between UConn and Duke. 4 o'clock break.
The Lock Shop.
The Winnipeg Jets seem to refuse to die. They somehow went into Colorado and won. Nashville's lost 3 in a row. I mean, I don't even know what to say about the Jets right now. Somehow we're still having the same conversation we've had for the last couple of weeks. They're 3 back. Nashville doesn't play until Thursday when they play LA.
3 back with the game in hand. Take care of business in the game in hand. We're talking 1
The Lock Shop, weekday mornings at 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Loves a
thrill of competition, but prefer to keep it classy? Well, it's as classy as you can get when Dustin Nielsen is the host. Join us April 14th at Bell and Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bid for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A night filled with special guests, auctions, and a ton of prizes in support of kids sport. No whistles, no play clock, just a room full of generous hearts. EST's Bid for Kids. Get your tickets at kidsportbidsforkids.com. Use promo code ESTBIDS for 10% off.
You've always known GCL Diesel as the experts in diesel fuel systems, but did you know that GCL is also your source for turbochargers and turbo repair? As a turbo supplier for Garrett, Borg Warner, and Holset, GCL can provide genuine original equipment turbos at wholesale prices. Whether it's diesel, gas, natural gas, or performance, we can provide you with the turbo or custom repair you require. Turbo questions? We've got turbo answers. Visit us in the West End or online at GCLDiesel.com. GCL Diesel, turbochargers, understood.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
You've heard the name, but what does it mean? For over 66 years, William Huff Advertising has supplied signage from screen printing to digital to LED with design, production, and install in-house. It's a one-stop shop for all your signage needs. Edmonton owned and operated, William Huff has been trusted by the biggest companies and teams in the City of Champions and many others across the country to do the job. If you're looking for a way to get the word out about your company or event, they are the answer. Go to www.williamhuff.com. Their results speak for themselves.
Trent Frederick, Colton Dock both return to Oilers practice today. Frederick, his first skate since March 19th after he went down with an injury. Dock, his first practice since being injured on March 10th. Handful of games around the NHL today out west. The Canucks Golden Knights duel. Vegas 3 points behind the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division, 6 points back of Anaheim, who leads in the Pacific. Plus the Sharks and Blues face off. San Jose still in the hunt, 4 points behind Nashville for wild card 2 with 3 games in hand over the Predators. For the Panthers, they've ruled out captain Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season. He continues to recover from an MCL and ACL tear. And off to a hot start. 3-0 the Blue Jays play the first of 3 against the Rockies. First pitch just after 5 o'clock. Cody Ponce, his Jays debut on the mound, while Tamayuki Sagano counters for Colorado. 1 game's live right now in the majors. Top of the 8th. Royals up by 2 against the Twins in a 3-1 battle. To the Association, Philly-Miami tip-off at 5 to open the night. Pistons and Thunder clashing at 7:30, having 8 games around the Association. I'm Zachary Gubish. That was your sports update. Hour 2 of the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
Hope you're having a pleasant Monday afternoon. Got a limerick here from VR Montenegro. Wonderful man and limerickor. Skiing is great fun. You'll have a ball. Just stay vertical. Please do not fall. Onlookers take ganders. Stupid, sexy Flanders. Feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. That's very good. We wanted your skiing-themed limericks. You can email Reid at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, Jay at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Of course, you can also text us anytime, 780-218-9999, the afternoon inbox presented by River Cree Resort and Casino. Check out the River Cree mobile app, free to download, get exclusive offers and promotions, get show tickets, make reservations for hotel rooms and restaurants, safe, secure, and easy to use. And of course, you can also check out their website, rivercreeresort.com.
Ian says, this is back to the Gudis discussion we had, which is obviously spilling over into the nasty chat, as you can all see. Ian says, yes, if he was directly the reason the injury happened, should be out for the same time. That will stop a lot of this.
So here's the problem with that. So Jason Milne is the star of the Edmonton Federation of Hockey Club Teams. You're the star player. And on the one of the opposing teams is a scrub named Booger McBoogerton.
Oh, Booger.
And you get a little upset with Booger. And you give him a nice, maybe stick up high during a scrum because you're just irritated with Booger. And he's hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He's hurt. And Jason Milne, the star of the league, is going to be out as long as Booger McBoogerton is out. If I'm running Booger McBoogerton's team and he's a fringe player, I'm saying, Booger, we're going to send you to a secret island location, but we're going to tell everybody you're in a private hospital somewhere
and
healing
we'll
this nasty
double.
jaw injury that Jason Milne gave you.
Yeah,
I know you wouldn't do that to Booger.
I personally wouldn't, but maybe if I was the president of the Edmonton Federation of Hockey Teams, I would.
He's a bit of a snotty player.
Nolan from St. Albert says it sets a bad precedent. You can only scale suspensions based on length of injury, only if there is clear and provable intent to injure.
Sure, which is hard to prove.
And that's the thing. You're asking the Department of Player Safety to do more work?
A longer suspension I'd be in favor for. Saying it has to match the... And here's the thing. If I slash at your head and you move and block it with your shoulder, the intent of slashing you in the head should still be taken into consideration.
Absolutely.
But they usually don't do that.
Bones, what about this, Reid? The offender should forfeit their salary for the duration of the injury to the person they put out.
Well, you're actually paying. So Gudis was paying Matthews? Some guys would run out of money eventually.
He didn't say forfeit it and put it in Austin Matthews' pocket. Just forfeit it.
Well, they put it to the player assistant program, doesn't it? Doesn't it go to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's where fines would go, right? Currently.
Mike, the Michigan fans, I think the Gudis got the right amount of games. It's being blown out of proportion because of who he hit and the team he plays for. I would say to that, I don't know if it's being blown out of proportion.
What if he hit Connor McDavid like that? That's the easiest thing to do. Do you think 5 games would be enough?
People would be going nuts.
If he ended Connor McDavid's season, knock on wood for Oilers fans. No, nobody would be okay with 5 games. I mean, that's just, there was clearly intent there. His knee was out. And you're saying, it's Connor McDavid was out for the remainder of the season. That would be okay? No.
I mean, maybe because of the Leafs are involved, it's getting more ongoing media play. And now the teams are playing again. How many, 3 weeks after it happened? I can't remember the exact day. But yeah, the suspension stuff, it's always going to be a discussion point. I feel as if, though, there's kind of the consensus that nobody thinks that Peros is doing a good job.
No. Do you think he is?
No, not really.
No, I don't think he is. I think it's a wait and see department. Wait and see who the players are in. Like, there's no, this gets you this many games, this gets you this many games. Like, we've talked about cross-checking. I mean, it changes week to week as to what is something that's finable, what is something that's suspendable. Nobody knows.
Well, I know they don't call enough cross-checking, but that's just my belief.
Oh, Bones does add that he thinks that Gudis should have been Matthews' butler until he can play again.
You have to start a reality show about the other person's life if you injure them. All right, Oilers practicing today. And this is the oil understood for GCL Diesel, providers of the best diesel engine components around. From turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors, they are the critical engine component experts. Proud to serve Edmonton and Northern Alberta for over 50 years, and now a partner of Edmonton Sports Talk and the Reid Wilkins Show. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. All right, few ways we can go here. Let's do a little bit from head coach Chris Knobloch. Now, the Oilers have won 3 in a row. The checking and the commitment level seems to be slowly ramping up, which is good. Knobloch commenting on what he likes from his team lately.
Just simplicity, working hard, doing little things, playing a lot faster because of that simplicity. And then just, I think defensively we're playing with a little more structure, but also a little more commitment to defense and just doing the little things, to whether it's tying up a stick. But there's been a lot of block shots the last few games, and you can just tell that the urgency to win your shift and do the little things is going a long way.
Which has helped a lot. Here's how they looked at the practice today. McDavid between Podkolzin and Savoy. Nuge between Hyman and Roslovic. Dickinson with Szymanski and Kapanen. Henrique with Jones and Lazar. Doc and Frederick skating. They were the extra forwards. On defense, Ekholm with Bouchard. Nurse with Murphy. Wallman with Emberson. And Stastny, the seventh defenseman. Ingram and Jari were your goaltenders. He mentioned block shots, Jay, and there was one of the games last week. Was it the Vegas game, Coop, where they had the second most blocked shots they've had this season? Remember, I was talking about that. Drew Remenda, who we have on the show fairly regularly, he's gone on rants with me about blocked shots. And he said, okay, so what can happen if a player blocks a shot? He can get hurt. He doesn't wear the same amount of padding as his goaltender.
Right.
You pay, in Bobrovsky's case, for example, or even like a decent starting goaltender, you're paying 5, 6, upwards of $10 million, giving him extra equipment. Why? To stop the puck. Let him do it. Get out of the way. Let him see it. He's paid to stop it. Skaters, by definition, shouldn't be as good as doing it. That's not really the way it is anymore. And Ingram was asked about the shot blocking today.
I think the days of not blocking shots are gone. I think that's a style of hockey we won't see anymore. So, that's half of our job is just working hard to find lanes and find sight lines. That's most of what I do. So, no, even like we've had some bad bounces here in the last month or so of it going off our guys and things like that. But that's just trying to do the right thing. And sometimes it's going to go your way and sometimes it's not. 90% of those will block. 5% of them will go be deflections. The other 5% will end up in your net. I'll take those odds.
Look, I understand what Drew's saying. We're having a little bit of fun with him because he's not here to defend himself right now. But I think that there's something strategic about shot blocking, and we've talked about this before. Get to know the goalies and the defense. Got to get to know each other, and it doesn't have to just be shot blocking. It can be passing lanes, how you're going to defend a power play, how you're going to take away the other guy's one timer or whatever. Okay. The goalie and the defenseman says, well, the goalie says, if you just do this, then I can be pretty sure the puck's going to go there. Then it's on me.
Yeah.
So if you're going to block the shot, this is how I want to take away this side of the net, right? If he's wherever he is, if you take away far side, best you can. Okay. If he gets it through you, I can find it because it's probably not going to, if he has to feed it through, he's probably not shooting as hard. If he shoots it, then if he's firing away, you've taken away far side. I know I've got short side. That's on me to stop. If I screw up as a goalie, okay, that's on me. Just be predictable in how you're defending the play.
How much of this, Reid, and Coach Knobloch was talking about their defensive simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a bit of it. I didn't hear it all. But Frankie Corrado said this on TSN over the weekend, I think, that this might be a bit of the Leon Draisaitl missing effect. How much of that do you believe that forces, like, not saying that they're playing better because Leon Draisaitl's out of the lineup, but are they playing more responsibly because Leon Draisaitl's out of the lineup?
Yeah, that's a good question. There could be a little bit to it. Personally, I believe it's more the time of year, and I believe it's more the skill set of the players they added at the deadline. Specifically, obviously, Dickinson and Murphy, because we haven't hardly seen Doc because of the injury. So I get that, where you might think like, oh, well, yeah, we got Connor, but man, we don't have Leon, so we probably can't score 5 or 6, so we better keep it to 2 or 3.
Right.
But they should have that mentality anyway.
They should.
Yeah, maybe they haven't. Though the thing that possibly excites me about maybe excites is the wrong word, but maybe a benefit of Draisaitl not being available right now. I think it might be more for Knobloch to see what lines might actually work.
Sure.
So McDavid, Podkolzin, and Savoy. So when Draisaitl's back, Jay, what do? Do you go back to the lines as they were before, or do you maybe ride these lines if they keep producing? Or do you leave, maybe you go Hyman, McDavid, and Savoy, Draisaitl, Podkolzin, and Roslovic?
And then Nuge on the third line center?
Could you put Nuge and Dickinson on the same line?
Well, you could. I mean, Nuge is versatile.
Right.
That we know. He's not a defensive liability. So yeah, you could probably and Reid, you're right. I mean, if anything, this has given a lot of opportunity to players like Szymanski, players like Max Jones. I mean, I know
who'd probably come out if Frederick was back, but
sure. But it's giving you depth. I mean, the more this year has gone on, the more, like the elevation of Savoy, right? Did you see that type of elevation happening this year for him, or that type of rise?
I thought he could be a pretty good player,
but he's sure.
But how he's been the last month or so,
he's sure coming on.
Excellent.
Jack Roslovic.
I didn't think he'd get 20 goals.
Right. I mean, this roster's somewhat.
Now we're going to find out more about those guys in the playoffs, right? Because Savoy's never played in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Roslovic hasn't always gone well for him in the postseason.
But I think it gives you an opportunity to maybe have a guy like Podkolzin and a guy like Kapanen on the third line, where Reid, honestly, they probably should be at a high-functioning team. On a high-functioning team.
Yeah, sure.
That's probably where they should shake out to be. They haven't been able to be there, but this is, what you're able to find out now with a player like Draisaitl out of the lineup.
Yeah.
And, who knows what's going to happen, but they'll probably have to roll into the playoffs like this as well, or something like this.
Yeah, I don't know if Draisaitl's going to be back before the playoffs. We don't know if he's going to be back in the first game of the playoffs.
Nobody knows.
So you may have to try to win playoff games with this lineup. 780-218-9999 is how you text us, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Goaltender Connor Ingram also talking about how structure can help the goaltenders.
They always say save percentage is a team stat, right? Yeah. So I think that's exactly what it is the easier it is for us. I mean, when we're playing the way that we are, it's easier to know where it's coming from. It's not coming from as dangerous spots. And I mean, like I said before, it's been really good not even the last 3 games, since the Olympic break. It's been a focus, and I thought it's been really good.
All right, and we're going to have a very interesting comment from Connor Ingram, which is going to lead us into our buying or selling topic today for Damon Bunting when we get back. Jay and I are in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. Skip the couch and hit the Canadian Brewhouse. Your home for every puck drop, every goal, and every cheer with ice-cold drinks, massive screens, and the best fans in town. This hockey season, our house is your arena. Sports Update with the Coop.
Trent Frederick, Colton Dock both returned to Oilers practice this morning. Frederick hasn't skated since March 19th, going down with an injury. Dock, his first practice since being sidelined since March 10th. Today's slate, 5 games, Canucks Golden Knights duel. Vegas 3 points behind the Oilers for second in the Pacific Division and 6 points back of Anaheim, who lead the Pacific. Plus the Sharks Blues, they face off. San Jose still in the hunt, 4 points behind the Predators for wild card 2. 3 games in hand on Nashville. For the Panthers, they've ruled out captain Alexander Barkov for the rest of the season. He continues to recover from an MCL and ACL tear that's kept him out since training camp. For the Jays, they're out in Colorado against the Rockies. Hot 3-0 start for Toronto. 5:07 first pitch. Jays, Rockies. Cody Ponce's Jays debut on the mound. Tamayuki Sagano countering for Colorado. And live now, top of the 9th. Royals up 3-1 over the Twins. We also have the Pirates and Reds warming up. To the NBA, Philly, Miami tip-off 5 o'clock. Boston visits Atlanta at 5:30, while the Pistons and Thunder hit the deck at 7:30, a total of 8 games in the NBA tonight. This sports update is brought to you by Paramount Flooring. From custom homes to small renovations, Edmonton's top builders and contractors rely on Paramount Flooring. Their in-house team handles everything from selections to completion, keeping projects on track and on time. Visit their showroom open 7 days a week or find them at ParamountFlooring.ca. Buying or selling? Up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show, I'm Zachary Kubish, keeping you up to date.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric.
Bruce Boudreau. Trying to think of an analogy here, but it's like walking along with your wife and really talking to somebody and say, well, that other wife is so beautiful. And your wife is sitting there going, what about me? What about me? It was like a real shot against his own coach. And I was sad to see that because, Draisaitl basically said it a couple weeks ago, and I'm going, what are we doing here? That's supposed to be in-house stuff.
The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric. Weekday mornings, 6 to 9. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
When you cater with Royal Pizza, you're getting the same great pizzas, pastas, and salads you love, just bigger and built for a crowd. Perfect for teams, offices, or parties, Royal Pizza's catering brings real value around $10 per person. Delicious, high quality, and easy. If you like their pastas, you'll love their catering pastas even more. Visit royalpizza.ca or contact your local store for exact pricing and details.
So come on home, Royal Pizza, still making it great.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed and visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your game sense.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Got a limerick here from Library Pat. He does say that he missed hearing the limerick prompt today.
Okay.
So hopefully this is acceptable. Of course it's acceptable.
It's fine, yeah.
It's topical. The Knights are desperate and flailing. Their blunders, nobody is bailing. They've now hired Torts, the king of poor sports. If you ask me, their season is failing.
Well, yeah. Not great. I mean, anytime you're going to make a coaching change, something's gone wrong.
Or a goaltender's playing very bad.
Something like that. All right. Appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. He is Jason Milne. I am Reid Wilkins. Zachary Kubish is at the technical desk. Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. You can skip the flight to Vegas because jackpots are just a tap away. Experience all the thrills at the casino right from your phone with Play Alberta. You can download the app today and get going. PlayAlberta.ca as well. So you got to get in on this Blue Jays bet probably in about 20 minutes because they shut it down right around when the game starts.
Yeah.
So what is your play of the day again?
So it's Blue Jays to win by 2 or more runs. Alejandro Kirk and Vladdy Guerrero both to have a ribby, an RBI.
No, Kirk did play yesterday, but he homered in one of the games. Which one was it?
Yeah.
No, I can't remember. Season's already a blur.
Isn't it? 3 games in. Second game.
What was the strikeout record? What did they get? Where is it here? Jay's starting pitchers are a record 50 strikeouts over a 3-game series. That's incredible.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all.
They've got a great rotation.
All right. 780-218-9999, River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. We have our Athlete of the Week. We're doing Athlete of the Week 2 shows in a row. We usually don't have it on a Monday, but because of this person's schedule, he's on today. Plays for the Collegiate Riverhawks, so that'll be in about half an hour. Paul Sir going to talk basketball about 5:20. We got to get him to walk us through that game-ending sequence with Connecticut and Duke.
Bad.
That was nuts. So the Final Four is set, so we'll get into that a little bit as well. Connor Ingram, of course, was taking some questions. Well, first of all, let's do the Knobloch clip first. Chris Knobloch was asked today how they viewed Connor Ingram, when they acquired him.
We knew he was a reliable goalie who, played a lot of games. I believe he played around 50 games for Utah or Arizona at the time. So he was relied on in that starter's role. And, for him to come in, we thought more of a solid backup, part-time starter if we needed him. Did we envision him playing as many games as he has this year for us? No, we didn't. But we're certainly happy that we've had him and given us solid goaltending.
All right. Well, yeah, he's definitely become the number one here in Edmonton. And then he took a question here from Sportsnet's Mark Spector.
The way things started for you this year, you didn't get an invite to training camp in Utah.
Yeah.
You end up here, you end up in Baco, you end up coming up. Now you're the number one. Could you have believed that it would go this way?
Would you have believed it if I told you it? Yeah. I don't know. Like I've always said, my job doesn't change no matter what league you're in, wherever you're playing. I'm going to put my skates on the same way and just try and go and do my job. Hockey's never been easy, so it's something that you've had to work at my whole life, and I think that was the whole goal, is just put your head down and go to work, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen either way.
Fantastic. You just love I don't know. I just love Reid, how would you say that when he's just open about it and honest? I've always liked that in players when they speak from their heart.
Right.
I don't know. What have you guessed? What have you thought?
Well,
that was cool?
I liked how he put it that way. That's a very conversational.
Yeah.
Every way.
It wasn't demeaning or anything.
We're having a coffee. It's just like.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Can you believe Jerry got a promotion? Well, what do you believe?
Right.
Whatever. So I like that he didn't just give I don't know. I just give 110%. I don't think he does say that, but he says it in the context of actually being kind of a little more revealing and honest about it. So we have buying or selling here for Damon Bunting, a consistent top-producing realtor in the greater Edmonton area for over 18 years. He and his team would love to help you find that right home or make the move from your current home. Community-driven, he understands what it takes to make a difference in our city. Check him out, DamonBunting.com, Instagram handle of Damon Bunting Real Estate. So my question to you is, well, we're going to do maybe a bit of a list. We'll have some ideas. I'm sure our listeners will submit things as well. Connor Ingram and other unlikely seasons in Oilers history. Individual performances. So I made a list. Most of these I covered, so they're from the last 13 years or so. But the most unlikely or just unlikely individual performances over the course of a full season, or in Ingram's case, almost a full season. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you one of my examples. So I have Ingram down, obviously. So he's currently in the NHL as an Oiler, 13-8-2 with a 2.80 goals against average and an .893 save percentage. Okay. In the American Hockey League, and this is why me and many other people were scoffing at the fact of him being a backup on the Oilers. With the Condors, he was 4-5-2, a 4.04 goals against average, and an .856 save percentage. I mean, his personal story and some of the things he's had to battle through is one thing. His AHL numbers, to becoming a starter in the NHL. I mean, his AHL numbers aren't AHL backup numbers. They're ECHL numbers. You're usually going down, not coming up and then eventually being the starter. So that's pretty unlikely. I'll give you another guy. Pat Maroon in 2016-17. So he was acquired from the Ducks the previous year. He plays 81 games with the Oilers. He eventually works his way onto the top line with Draisaitl and McDavid, arguably the best line in the NHL that season. He gets 27 goals and 42 points, chips in 95 penalty minutes. He never had a season in which he got more than 17 goals, except for that one when he got to 27 and played on the best line. So those are the kind of examples of things I'm thinking about here.
Hey, when you first brought this up to me, you're not going to believe me, but I'm telling you this honestly. This is for some reason the first person that came into my mind. Would you care to guess?
Well, it's your mind, so I don't know.
He played in the early 90s.
He played in the early 90s. I don't know.
First person that popped in my head. And I went back and I looked, and yeah.
Boris Mironov.
Peter Klima.
Oh, Peter Klima.
1990-91. He had a career high in goals with 40. Career high in points with 68. He was second in the Oilers in scoring. He led the Oilers in plus minus at 21.
Oh, wow.
Not bad. Now, he had done some good things earlier on in his career, but as far as unexpected seasons by an Edmonton Oiler.
What was the most he scored other than that?
I think it was in Detroit. Early in his career.
Right. He had 37 with Detroit in 87-88.
Yeah. Then they got up to 40 with the Oilers in 90-91.
Right. And then he had 32 with the Oilers at 92-93.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Now, I mean, would you not have to throw Zach Hyman into this?
Oh, really?
Why not?
You're just trolling the Leafs, I think.
Well, 'tis the spirit, 'tis the day. If there's ever a good day, it's today.
Are you doing specifically his 54-goal season?
Yeah, 54 goals.
Because what was his career high before that?
36. And that was a year prior.
So that's still a pretty significant increase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. I thought when you first said this, you said most unexpected season. So I, as I normally do, like to challenge the borders of a question. So I said postseason.
Okay. Oh, well, then Fernando.
Okay. Pisani, Reid. Do you know, 18 points in 24 games in the 06 playoffs. Do you know what his career points per game was? It's
0.37.
Wow. 0.36.
Okay.
You know what it was that playoff?
Well, what did you say it was?
18 points, 24 games.
So that's 0.75. 0.75. Right. And what do you have? 14 goals?
14 goals. Yeah. 4 assists.
Many of them huge.
Yeah. And he almost doubled his career points per game average.
Right.
In one single postseason. Not bad. I asked Joaquin Gage this question. He said, you know who he said first?
Did he say a goalie?
Connor Ingram.
Okay, wait.
And the second one was a goalie too. Dwayne Rolison.
Yeah, that crossed my mind as well. Because they kind of took a chance on him getting him at the deadline, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Hang on a second here. We're really not supposed to do this, but we're going to do it.
Rendemore at the far side. That's broken. Here's a break. It is Pisani. Scores! A short-handed goal for Pisani in the Edmonton Oilers. Come out of the box, or out on the ice, and they are celebrating a huge win here tonight.
Bob Cole. I Googled if the Rod Phillips call is on YouTube somewhere. It probably is, but I can't sit here now going through everything.
That was, yeah. That's one of the, know that goal in your head.
Yeah.
And that call, it's Bob Cole, who I think was the best to ever do it. Calling that. And just, hearing it, we didn't see it, but you just get the sense of it, right?
Yeah.
That's just a great broadcast.
That's what we're kind of meandering here, believe it or not. That's one of the greatest goals in Oilers history. It's just unfortunate it didn't end with a series win. But who's the other team can win the Stanley Cup in their own building and they get a power play in overtime. I'm watching that back on my couch. I was in Lloydminster time. In the next 2 minutes, the Carolina Hurricanes will be the Stanley Cup champions. Mm-hmm. And Pisani, of course, picks it off, goes in, perfect shot. But yeah, that's a good one for sure. That's a really good one.
Now,
we're talking about postseasons.
I know you didn't, but as soon as I said postseason, that's the first name you think of.
Oh, absolutely.
Which is crazy for a guy who played 400 and some career games.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the NHL.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody bring this up earlier in the boardroom, Reid? Alex Chason?
Well, I wrote him down as well. I think Tom might have brought it up too.
I think, yeah.
In 2018-19, he comes in on the PTO. He gets 22 goals. His best season otherwise, in terms of goals, twice he got 13. He got 22 for the Oilers.
Not bad.
Yeah. No, that team wasn't as good, but still, somebody had to go out there and score the goals. We can do a couple more here. Do you have any other ones you want to get to?
I don't personally.
I'll do.
Sure.
Oh, there's some. Okay, I'll do one here.
There's some coming in. Send in your thoughts too. We can continue this after the break.
Okay, in saying this in the current moment, it might sound silly for me to say this person's name in terms of an unexpected or unlikely season, because it has since become expected. When he started doing it, it was not expected because this guy was drafted as a playmaker, certainly an offensive player. And where he was drafted, you might have thought, oh, he'll get 30. He'll get 30 and get 65 assists or something. That'll be his type of season. It's Leon Draisaitl's first 50-goal season. Also in 2018-19, he goes 50 goals, 55 assists, 105 points, first of 4 50-goal seasons. But I still think the first time you do it, you're not an established 50-goal scorer. And it wasn't as if, when Austin Matthews was drafted, it was like he's going to score 50 multiple times. Leon was drafted obviously to be an excellent player, but more of a playmaker, more of a setup man, not the... when he started shooting those low-angle one-timers and on setting up on the power play with his feet behind the goal line and still scoring, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, he did that in junior. No, he added that to his game. He figured out a way to score with Connor getting him the puck. So I would put Draisaitl's first 50-goal season on this list. Now, it's not unexpected. At the time, I think it was kind of like, holy crap, look what this guy can do. 780-218-9999 is how you can text the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget about the $21.99 prime rib special. Not available on show nights, but other than that, available 7 days a week, 11:30 in the morning to 11 at night. Available for dine-in and takeout. Enjoy the prime rib special, just $21.99. Okay, we'll call a quick timeout. More of your feedback on this, Oilers' unexpected seasons. We still have Fired Up for Jemko. Paul Sur is coming up. Words of the day, of course. Jay is back to bring. I didn't do great last week. I think I was only above 2 points once.
Okay.
I struggled. The words were hard. I screwed up a spelling that I should have known better. So we'll see if I can do better with you back in the chair today. By the way, if you're watching us on YouTube, thank you for doing so. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And give us a thumbs up button. We need a dozen thumbs to get to 100. So if you haven't clicked, get in there and click right away.
Click, click, click. Must you click? Please, please click. Must you click? You must click. Thumb.
All right. The 55-yard line in the nasty chat.
Oh, no.
What's the off-topic topic? I have a topic I want to shoehorn into it. Well, he'll like this one. I don't know if the 55-yard line has a gender. They'll like this one.
Sure.
Worst thing about coming back from vacation, 55-yard line. I can imagine what it's going to be.
This should be interesting.
Yeah. All right. That was good revisiting that for William Huff. We talked about it earlier. You can submit this as well. What is the worst thing about coming back from vacation? Our off-topic topic for William Huff. 442. Here's the Coop.
Trent Frederick hit the ice for Oilers practice for the first time since being injured March 19th against the Panthers. Well, Colton Dach returned for Edmonton as well. His first practice since going down March 10th with an injury. Today's slate, just 5 games in the NHL. Canucks Golden Knights meet out west. Vegas 3 points behind the Oilers for second in the Pacific and 6 points back of Anaheim, who leads the division. Ducks with a game in hand on both Edmonton and Vegas. Anaheim in action tonight against Toronto. Radko Gudas back in the lineup for the Ducks tonight, with both games starting at 8 o'clock. Down in Florida, the Panthers, they've ruled out captain Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season. He continues to recover from an MCL and ACL tear. And off to a hot start, the Blue Jays are on the road for the first of 3 games against the Rockies. First pitch at 5:07, Cody Ponce. His Jays debut on the mound, while Tomoyuki Sagano counters for Colorado. 4 games live right now around the majors. Rangers, Orioles, top of the first, Texas up 1-0. To the court, Philly, Miami, tip off 5 o'clock. Boston is in Atlanta, tipping off with the Hawks at 5:30. The Pistons and Thunder also clashing, 7:30 for that one. 8 total games around the NBA. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc. Locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and surrounding areas since '93. They have doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, they have plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff today at Windsor Plywood Leduc. More with Reid Wilkins, J-Milne following the break here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
It got a little interesting yesterday with the fact that the Golden Knights themselves recognized we're not going well.
Right.
And Kelly McCrimmon's done this before.
Yeah.
He's fired a coach late. Gerard Gallant to Pete DeBoer.
Yeah.
That was late in the season. He made that change. Bringing in John Tortorella, though, just for the season. It's not locked in for next year or anything.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey, Dad. I'm coming home from university.
Before they come back from school, get extra space with Sentinel Storage. Affordable and convenient storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Plus, students save 10% on rental. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
All right, the Blue Jays getting set to take on Lanny McDonald and the Colorado Rockies. Who else was Joel Quenneville a Rocky? I can't. He might have been. Who else am I thinking of? Lanny McDonald was briefly a Colorado Rocky.
Joel Quenneville was a Rocky.
He was a Rocky?
Yeah, for parts of 3 seasons.
Oh, there we go.
79 to 82.
Let's just click the 79-80 Colorado Rockies, because that's the first year the Oilers were in the NHL. Rene Robert was their leading scorer. Mike McEwen was on the team. Jack Valaquette. McDonald was there. I think he got traded that season. Lucien Deblois. Ron DeLorme, Randy Pierce. Oh, yeah, Rob Ramage. He was there a while. Wilf Paymont, Pat Hickey, Bobby Schmatz,
Wasn't Wilf Paymont one of our mystery athletes?
He probably was, yeah. Well, you missed a couple good mystery athletes. Oh, is somebody trying to steal our cars, Coop?
I'll go make sure.
Well, if Coop's not back, somebody was trying to steal the car.
Can you lock the door
No,
behind
they're all
you?
so. All right. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. Blue Jays and Rockies coming up 5. Jays got it. We're on the TV that works, which is nice. Oilers
Not
tomorrow.
that the TV doesn't work.
No, it's just the cable, the feed, whatever, the Wi-Fi. Something is weird about that. The app, I guess. The Oilers play tomorrow. Seattle Kraken. Everett Fitzhugh on the show tomorrow. And Sean Bell. But Everett Fitzhugh, the play-by-play voice for the Seattle Kraken. He's always fun to talk to. 7 o'clock game. GCL Diesel Oil Street pregame show will be at 6 p.m. with our buddy Tom Gazzola hosting that. I'll be going to the game and doing my post-game hit. Good old Reid's Reid. Presented by Ewell.
Your partners in power.
Your partners in power, yeah. So we're doing for fun here. Well, not for fun. I mean, it's Connor Ingram is the jumping off point for this. Buying or selling for Damon Bunting. Most unexpected individual Oilers seasons. So I had Connor Ingram, Pat Maroon, Draisaitl's first 50-goal season, Chason getting 22. You had what? Pisani's playoffs in 06.
Yeah, Klima
40-goal season.
Zach Hyman.
I'm going to go, yeah, Hyman's a good one. I'm going to go with Cam Talbot's season in 2016-2017. He plays 73 games, okay? He goes 42, 22, and 8. The Oilers break the playoff drought as much because of Talbot's play as Connor McDavid's. Talbot goes with a 2.39 goals against average, a 919 save percentage. He finished 4th in Vezina voting, probably should have finished 3rd. And he was 17th in Hart Trophy voting, which is nothing to scoff at.
Sure.
I mean, there were enough people who put him 4th or 5th on the ballot. So that was a pretty unexpected season, I think, that Talbot would perform to that level.
What about this? Rob from L.A., Stu Skinner rookie year.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
That he had to play as much as he did and then that he played as well as he did. I think that's a good one, yeah.
I think that's a good one. Shanzi, what about Sheldon Surrey?
I thought about that because he had 20 goals, right? Yeah. That's a good one. I also wrote down Mike Krushelnyski in 84-85. He had 43 goals. Now, he did get to play with Gretzky, but still, you got to put the puck in the net. He had 25 goals the previous season. So to go to 25 from 43 is pretty good. His best season ever was 26 with the Leafs in 88-89. So, I mean, we're talking not double, but significantly more than anything else he was ever able to do. He got 43 in 84-85.
Sully says Nuge's 100-point season.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion.
Not bad.
Yeah.
You'd take that.
Yeah. Yes, you would.
Poop stains.
Always good to hear from him.
Always good to hear from Poop
Stains. Don't like seeing him, but good to hear from him.
He says he met Klima at Cook County one night in the 90s.
Oh, my goodness. That would have been an unexpected encounter.
He says, I was drunk and I'm sure I just laughed at his accent.
Well, that's not very nice.
No.
Oh, jeez.
And this came in from McLovin. I believe this is about Connor Ingram.
Okay.
Still sub 900 in the NHL. Not good enough.
Yeah, you got to look at the league average save percentage. Okay.
What is it now? 895?
Let's look at it.
896?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, you can't. No, he's probably still going to be below the league average. Don't get me wrong. But it's still the best goaltending the Oilers have got this season. The NHL average save percentage this year is 896. Last year, it was 900. 10 years ago, in 15-16, it was 915.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, if this were 10 years ago and Connor Ingram had an 893, that would be quite poor. In a season in which the average save percentage is 896 and he's still winning more than he's losing, I don't think, I personally, I think it's unfair to say that 893 flat out isn't good enough. It's basically in the ballpark of being an average goaltender.
Sure.
Now, I know Tom and I were talking about this. Skinner's stats with the Oilers were comparable to Ingram's. I get it. Ingram has more quality starts. I think he's been steadier than Skinner. Skinner's high end could be pretty good, but I don't think you can look at, like, you have to look at the era, right? So that's an interesting text. But maybe that person doesn't care. Maybe they just, who wrote that again?
That was McLovin.
McLovin, I just don't think you can write off an 893. I mean, yes, you wish the Oilers had better goaltending, but let's go through the goaltending stats for the league. I mean, I'm sure there are some goaltenders. Let's look at some stuff. I'm sure there are some goaltenders on good teams who are in the neighborhood of Connor Ingram. So, all right. So Scott Wedgwood, 916, incredible. They're fair enough. There are a lot of guys over 900. Well, about half the goalies. Darcy Kemper, 896. UC Saros, 894. Anthony Stolars, incredible season last year, 894. Speaking of Cam Talbot, he's 892. Corpusalo, 891. Quick, 89. I know some of these guys are backups.
But let's not lose the context of your reasoning for Connor Ingram being on your list of most unexpected seasons by an Edmonton Oiler. Is that where it started?
Right. Just the fact that he's in the NHL, quite frankly.
The fact he's in the NHL, what he's been through personally, which you touched on, and coming from earlier this season when, Oilers were having goaltender issues and you're looking at, well, Connor Ingram, how is he doing in the AHL? Well, very bad. Quite poor.
Right.
To now where he's at, unexpected would absolutely fit that bill.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Now, look, there are 58 goaltenders in the NHL who have played enough games to qualify for the stats because, they don't count a guy who's played 3 games. In save percentage, Connor Ingram is 38th out of 58th. Fair enough. If you want to say that's below average, I think to say that flat out, what did he say, isn't good enough?
Yes.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. And again, if you look in the context of what the Oilers were looking for, well, they needed, what did we hear a lot? Well, what if we just had average goaltending? What if we just had average goaltending? Well, okay, you're kind of getting average goaltending. You're kind of getting typical NHL goaltender. He makes a lot of good saves. He might let in 2 or 3 a game. Most nights, Connor Ingram is giving the Oilers a chance to win as opposed to the game spiraling out of control.
Yes.
So that's where I'm coming from. Yes, I hear you. 893 is technically below average, but 893 also isn't what it used to be. Okay? Like, the save percentages are dropping. I mean, Cam Talbot had a 919. That would be...
Well, and you're not...
Cam Talbot's 16-17 year, now he'd have the best save percentage in the NHL.
Sure.
Sorry, I cut you off.
No. But, the timeliness of some of the saves that Connor Ingram makes. The way he plays and quiets the game down defensively. Right? Yes, you can look at just that. But you also need to then look at his win-loss record, which is pretty good. His quality starts are really good. I think he's... What is he still?
I think he's at 14.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty good. I think it's almost 60%.
Right.
Of his starts are quality starts, which is playing at above the league average, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, it's interesting, but I just think with a stat like that, you have to look at other eras. When McDavid, speaking of 16-17, McDavid led the scoring race with 100 points in 16-17. There's more scoring now. Like, how many guys this year are going to get 100 points? Probably 6 or 7. So, things change.
Quickly, I have a question for you.
Yes.
My future on the Oilers getting over 92.5 points. Because the other part of it was...
What are they at now?
The other part of it was Florida not getting 92.5 points, which I think that's secure.
Yeah, you're right. They can't even do it now.
Right? Do you think the Oilers can get there?
They got to go 5-3. Then they get to 93. Yes, I'll say they do it just for you, Jay.
Thanks, buddy.
Just for you.
It's going to be tight. And I do. There was another future of them to finish second in the Pacific.
Well, you're going to nail all these.
Well,
you're on fire.
TBD, bro.
We're in the Canadian Brewhouse studio. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour Monday to Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m. Prices starting at $3.99. Come early, stay longer, save more. The Canadian Brewhouse, our house is your house. All right, we're going to meet our Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week in the next hour. We'll talk the crazy March Madness with Paul Sir. More on the Oilers as well. Here's the 5 o'clock break.
2 guys and a goalie.
Jack Roslovic would be worth a 4-year, $5 million contract. Hire or fire it.
Jack Roslovic is 29 years old. I like him as a player, man, but I don't know why I feel like if he signs a deal, he just shuts it right. I shouldn't feel this way. The only team that wanted him last year was the Edmonton Oilers.
2 guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new. Tons of options. And the good stuff, like our espresso martinis and our cracked pepper and sea salt dry ribs. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m., starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Hey, Dad. I'm coming home from university.
Before they come back from school, get extra space with Sentinel Storage. Affordable and convenient storage solutions. Try 4 weeks free. Plus, students save 10% on rental. Visit sentinelstorage.ca for details.
Time for a new career in 2026? Or maybe your kid is still pondering their path. Good news! Weiss Johnson is hiring. It's Dennis, and not only are we hiring for heating and air conditioning, we're also looking for experienced plumbers and gas fitters. With the growth in residential development, there's no shortage of opportunities at Weiss Johnson. Choose your path with us. Learn from one of the industry leaders, and we will grow together. Receive great benefits and school reimbursement as well. Visit weiss-johnson.com today.
Trent Frederick and Colton Dock return to Oilers practice. Frederick, for the first time since being injured March 19th against the Panthers. Dock, his first practice since going down March 10th with an injury. Today's slate 5 games in the NHL. Canucks, Golden Knights, duel. Vegas 3 points back. 3 points behind the Oilers for second in the Pacific, 6 points back of Anaheim, who lead the division. Penguins, Islanders out on the island in just a moment. We also have the Flames and Avalanche facing off. For the Panthers, they've ruled out Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season. He continues to recover from an MCL and ACL tear that's kept him out since training camp. And off to a hot start, the Blue Jays play the first of 3 against the Rockies. First pitch momentarily. Cody Ponce, his Jays debut on the mound, while Tamayuki Sugano counters for Colorado. Live now in the majors, 4 games underway. Bottom first, Nationals up 4-0 over the Phillies, and midway through the second, it's runless between the Marlins and White Sox. To the NBA, 8 games on tap. Round the association, Celtics and Hawks tip off 5:30. Momentarily, the 76ers are on the road in Miami against the Heat. I'm Zachary Kubish. That was your sports update. Hour 3, the Reid Wilkins Show starts right now.
So Oilers practicing today. Connor Ingram was answering some questions. So remember he got that collision with Nathan McKinnon, and then he had the bandage on his forehead?
You get a scar out of that, or is that just going to go away?
I got this little one. That's about it. This one's from my brother throwing me in a fireplace when I was little, but
His brother threw him in a fireplace, and there were no. I wish I would have been there. That's a follow-up question from old Reid Wilkins.
Oh yeah, what would it have been?
I would have been like, oh, wait a minute, what do you mean he threw you in a fireplace? That's
Right.
probably what I would have said.
Yeah.
And then I would have sensed if he was willing to tell the story or not, and then I would have asked for the story. If he just would have been like, well,
boys will be boys.
Yeah, if he just been like, oh, I don't know, it was a long time ago, then I'd be like, okay, he doesn't want to talk about it. But he brought it up.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Did one of your brothers, you have what, 2 brothers?
Yes.
Who threw who in a fireplace?
Ooh, nobody threw anybody.
Somebody must have been thrown somewhere. One of the Milne brothers.
My brother Alan and I used to have to share a room.
Okay.
That we would have painter's tape down on the ground to, discern which area of the room was yours.
Yeah.
And we used to have sock fights. You know what a sock fight is?
Tell me.
It's where you take one sock and then you put a balled up sock inside of it and you spin it around and you flap.
Right.
And you hit. So we would sock fight each other.
Oh, wow.
But it was we got along pretty well, my brothers and sister.
That brings us to our Athlete of the Week, presented by Pasta Pantry. For over 30 years in Sherwood Park, Pasta Pantry serving hot, delicious comfort food made right in their kitchen. They do it fast so you can slow down. Family atmosphere at Pasta Pantry. When you go there, you're one of the family. Check out Pasta Pantry in Sherwood Park, your home of the pregame meal. And, this guy might know about taking blows and getting banged up. He's the catcher for the Edmonton Collegiate Hawks. Jake Tanner is checking in. Jake, it's Reid and Jay. How are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on. So you just heard that clip from Connor Ingram.
Yeah.
You play a very rugged position. Like, what are some of the things you have taken off the mask or various parts of your body over the years?
I've gotten a few ringers over the years for sure. This last weekend, the last game that we just played against the Victoria Golden Tide, I got a few off the mask, a few off the gear, but that's what we wear the gear for, so it's all good.
Yeah, because you see that, and if it's a foul tip, you obviously can't react to that. If it just ticks the bat, your gloves down, the ball goes up, you're helpless, right?
Yeah, it's pretty just luck of the draw when it comes to that. So sometimes it gets in the glove, sometimes it gets you in a bad spot, but I guess that's what I signed up for there.
Right. Okay. But what about if when the ump takes one, do you give the ump a sec to catch his breath? I mean, they don't like getting hit either, I assume.
Yeah. For the most part, I end up just going out to the mound and kind of give him a break, and then I just kind of talk random with the pitcher, just take the mind off the game, let the umpire recover from whatever.
Now, we're just on this topic. So you said a ringer. I assume that's where it gets foul tipped right off your mask?
Yeah, just right off the mask, just straight up.
Okay.
Doesn't feel too good, but...
So would you rather take a ringer or a tip that bounces off the ground and hits you square on the inner thigh?
Or higher?
Well, there's protection there.
I had a couple of those off the thigh this weekend, so I'd got to say the ringer because at least I got a little bit of protection there.
Jake, how old are you?
I'm 20.
And how long you been catching?
I've been catching since I was around 10, so solid 10 years back there.
And when did you get into baseball?
I got into baseball when I was pretty young, around 5. I was always just loving playing with my brother and my dad, so then it was kind of a no-brainer for my parents to sign me up. So
now, did you want to be a catcher? Was it nobody else wanted to do it? How did that come about?
Yeah, I was the only one that was kind of stupid enough to go strap up the gear and go back there when I was younger. So I was the only one that really wasn't too afraid of the ball on my little league teams. So I ended up just strapping on the gear, and then I kind of loved it from there. So
okay,
that's kind of the whole story.
Good for you. Now, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Calgary, just down south, and then so it's not too far from home.
Okay, so tell us about how you joined the Collegiate Hawks here. Like, did you have to get recruited, or how does it sort of come about for you and the guys on your team?
So For me, I was playing at the Weber Wildcats prep program in Calgary, and one of our coaches, Cole Armstrong, really recommended this place up here. Got me in touch with the coaches, and kind of when I came up here and took a look and talked with the coaches from there, it was pretty smooth sailing. The facilities and everything up here, pretty unbelievable, and it was kind of a no-brainer from there. So that's how I ended up here.
Okay, and you're going to school now? Where are you going to school?
I'm going to U of A. I'm in
nice.
education.
Okay. Oh, Good stuff. Okay, well, Calgary guy coming up to go to the U of A. That he's got it figured out.
Yeah, he's got it.
So, how's the season gone so far? Have you guys done a couple series already? What's going on?
Yeah, so we just wrapped up our second series. First weekend we played the University of Fraser Valley. We ended up going 2-2 with them. They're a really strong team, and it was pretty good to walk away with a split there. And then this last weekend we played the Victoria Collegiate Golden Tide, and we ended up taking 3 of 1 down. We ended up taking 3, losing 1. We ended up dropping a 8-run lead somehow in the first game, but we ended up rallying and winning 3. So season's off to a pretty good start so far. Hoping to kind of keep it going from there.
Okay, and it was good we were having you on this week because it was supposed to be your home opener this weekend, but I guess the weather's thrown a bit of a wrench into that.
Yeah, so we got a lot more snow down at Remax. So I think that we're going down to Lethbridge to play PBA. We're going down there and we're playing home games at their field. So that should be a pretty interesting experience for sure.
Okay, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I'd like to describe myself as kind of gritty in a sense, just kind of tough, not trying to do too much, and kind of play my role and allow all my teammates to kind of fill in their role as well. And that I feel like that's the best way to describe it.
Jake Tanner joining us here, catcher for the Collegiate Hawks. So there's 2 teams that are attached with the Collegiate Hawks, the varsity roster, the junior varsity roster. You're on the varsity roster. When you come up and when you said, hey, I'm going to play, like, do you think of this as a bit of a job interview to stick around and play with the Edmonton Riverhawks?
Yeah, for sure. I know that a lot of the dudes in our program, that's the end goal, or not really the end goal. Obviously, it's to move on past and take baseball as far as possible. But for me and a lot of our teammates, the Edmonton Riverhawks, like in the summer, that's where you want to end up, whether that's for a cup of coffee at some point or throughout the whole season. I know my roommate Lucas Weber Kitching was there for a long time too. So we got a good amount of guys that end up playing in the summer there. And I think that is the goal for a lot of guys in the program.
Awesome.
And myself included. Awesome.
Well, you guys were, I understand you scored over 50 runs on the weekend in 4 games. Is that right?
Yeah.
My goodness. Okay. So that's awesome. Well, all the best on your home games on the road this weekend. People can go to the website, Collegiate, look for the Riverhawks, the Collegiate Hawks, all that kind of stuff. See when you guys will be at home, because people love going to Remax. It's a lot of fun. So you're a Calgarian originally. Yep. So, all right. So are you Flames, Oilers, somebody else? And then also, do you have a favorite big league baseball team?
I'm a big time Oilers fan. I was actually born up in St. Albert. So, and then I moved down when I was 2. So the roots kind of stuck there with the Oilers, and I always got a tough time growing up in Calgary being an Oilers fan. But in the MLB, my favorite team's the Red Sox for sure. Me and my dad have always been big Red Sox fans.
Okay, cool. Well, Jake, congratulations on being Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, you will get a $25 GC to Pass the Pantry out in Sherwood Park, so you can take a teammate and go buy supper for them one of these nights. I'll follow up with you on that. But when you're there, you also get a custom Pass the Pantry Athlete of the Week hat. And When you go to Pass the Pantry, make sure you tell Nathan, he's the owner, that you're the Past Pantry Athlete of the Week, he'll probably spoil you a bit.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah. Awesome. I love the sounds of that.
Hey, Jake, thanks for doing this. Congratulations. All the best this season and with your schooling as well. We'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me out.
Excellent. Great interview.
Yeah,
Jake
fantastic.
Tanner, catcher for the collegiate Hawks. So, yeah, some of these guys might be on the River Hawks in the summer, but as I say, they're going to school. They're playing baseball. This is a way for them to get some games in and stay sharp and all that fun stuff. Yeah, really good interview. Really like talking to him.
Yeah, I did appreciate, can you imagine catching a tip foul ball off your inner thigh?
I could imagine doing it once and then quitting baseball. Where'd Wilkins go? Well, he's in pain. He's quit.
It's over.
He's reading a comic book under a tree. He's fine.
But that would be also getting one right off the mask. A foul tip.
Well, and you see, they just I know it's equipment, but you'd still be stunned. The first time it happens,
sure.
I guess you must be like, what just happened? That was good stuff with Jake Tanner, Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week. A lot of our submissions come from the listeners. Probably, 90% of the athletes of the week?
Oh, yeah.
If not more,
yeah.
If not 95. So email jay@edmontonsportstalk.com, email reid@edmontonsportstalk.com, or if you're on our website, there's a submission form at the bottom, and send in a name and give us some bullet points on why this person should be the Past the Pantry Athlete of the Week. I want to tell you something else. We need 2 thumbs to get to 100. We're not going to have Jason Milne come back and then not have a 100 thumb show.
Yeah.
That would be shocking if that happened. So let's get over the hump here right away. That would be perfect.
Well, the Blue Jays are 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first, so they're taking their first at bat of the afternoon.
I think we got to get to this clip. Paul Sir's coming up for some NCAA talk. So Tortorella got hired, and he coached Roslovic in Columbus. So Roslovic got asked to, well, here it is.
Well, no, I mean, he went to the Olympics. So I think, he was trying to get into TV, and then did TV for a little bit, and then, I don't know. You don't really think that. I don't think he knows. So I think it's a good thing for both parties there. So we'll see how it works out.
It's like he can't get away. Like he leaves one place and he says, "I'll do something," and then the next thing you know, he's back in like he's a lifer. Like I'm a coach.
I think he just misses it. I don't really know, but he lives on a lot of land. Maybe he gets lonely. I don't know what it is.
What's he like as a coach? For a guy that's played for him?
Very honest. There's really just one expectation of you, and that's to work every day. And he holds you to that, and he'll tell you if you're not. I think it's very fair.
He doesn't mind about hurting feelings. He's one of those guys. Tough love. He's a tough love guy. Or?
There's no hurting feelings around here. I don't think. Just I think some people, I don't know.
Some guys you can treat that way and they respond, and some guys,
but it's for everyone, the work ethic. So that's the standard that he sets.
What do you think of that?
What? Tell me you don't want to talk about something without telling me you don't want to talk about something.
I've been in that situation. You got to get some perspective.
He played under Tortorella.
But I thought the way Roslovic was answering was kind of like, I really don't.
I'm here now.
Yeah. What do you want me to say?
Right.
Yeah, he wants us to work. Every coach wants you to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like you said, you're looking for a reaction from big news in the NHL from a player that played under that head coach. So they kept asking, and the questions, I think, got lighter and lighter, or the answers were less and less.
Well, it's kind of like, I don't know why he wants to coach again. Like he's got a lot of land and he's bored. Like whatever. Like the coach-player relationship. I don't know if players would get to know their coaches to the extent where I need to know his personal motivation for being a coach. But having said that, I understand why my colleagues in the media were asking.
Course, sure.
Maybe you get something, or maybe you get a story. Edmonton Sports Talk presented by Play Alberta. It's time to turn up the fun with the Play Alberta app, your digital destination for casino, live dealers, lottery, instants, and of course, sports betting. Might have been some wagering on the NCAA basketball over the weekend on the upcoming Final Four. A thrilling game yesterday, especially to cap it off. We'll chat with Paul Sir when we get back.
Trent Frederick hit the ice for Oilers practice, the first time he's been on the ice with his team since March 19th after going down against the Panthers. Colton Dach also laced him up for Edmonton, his first practice since suffering an injury March 10th. Today's slate in the NHL, there's 5 games, 1 game underway. About 7 minutes into the first period, Penguins Islanders are scoreless. Sidney Crosby back for Pittsburgh. He missed Saturday's game with an upper body injury. After that, the Sharks and Blues face off. San Jose still in the hunt, 4 points behind the Predators for wild card 2 with 3 games in hand on Nashville. For the Panthers, they've ruled out captain Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season. He continues to recover from MCL and an ACL tear. Game 4 for the Blue Jays, season 3-0 so far on the year. Game 1 of 3 against the Rockies. Here, bottom first, runless right now. A few other games live around the majors, 4 to be exact. A few teams warming up as well. Nationals up 5-0 on the Phillies, bottom second inning, and top of the third, the White Sox with a 1-0 lead on the Marlins. To the association, 1 game underway on an 8-game slate. Heat with a 19-14 lead on the 76ers midway through the first quarter. Celtics Hawks, they tip off at 5:30. And to talk some hoops, Paul Sir up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
The Oil Stream.
I think the Kings would be a tougher test. I think Seattle would be a tougher test.
Just for the Oilers?
For anyone.
For anyone.
For anyone.
Okay.
Vegas does not look good.
Something's off. I love how you described that earlier in the show.
Again, can they be like the Oilers and just turn it on in the playoffs like we've seen in the past?
I think they would hope so.
Yeah.
They have championship pedigree, having won it.
The Oil Stream, presented by Boston Pizza. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons at noon. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
If I move the snowblower into the bathroom, move the skis and Christmas decorations into the dining room, will that give me room for the lawnmower, kayak, and kids' bikes?
Sentinel Storage. Try 4 weeks free. Visit sentinelstorage.ca.
Goodwill is
one shopper, finding something I never knew I needed. A jacket, a deal, one donor, letting go of something so someone else can move forward.
One program participant,
learning,
trying,
building skills,
building confidence,
building a future.
One purchase, one donation,
one job, one choice.
Goodwill is
the power of one, the power of one, the power of one, the power of one.
Goodwill Industries of Alberta. It all starts with one.
Hey Edmonton, did you know a local Play Alberta winner scored over $430,000 on Desert Fantasy? Think about the rec room you could build with that kind of cash. From major casino winners every hour to jackpots worth millions and hundreds of popular games to money that stays in the province, there has never been a better time to sign up for Play Alberta. Download the app today to get started with casino, sports, and lottery, all in one app. Must be 18 plus to play. When you gamble, use your game sense.
Real fans don't stroll in at puck drop. They claim territory. They study the screens. They get into their spot, which is why this matters. The Canadian Brewhouse now has happy hour. Brand new, tons of options, and the good stuff like our 8-inch 2-topping RCM pizza and our signature Caesar. Monday to Saturday, 2 till 6 p.m. starting at $3.99. That's more than enough reason to come early. New happy hour at the Canadian Brewhouse. If you're serious about game day, we'll see you for happy hour.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences, plus all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom, and from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
Love the thrill of competition, but prefer to keep it classy? Well, it's as classy as you can get when Dustin Nielsen is the host. Join us April 14th at Bell and Scona for Edmonton Sports Talk Bid for Kids, presented by GS Construction. A night filled with special guests, auctions, and a ton of prizes in support of kids sport. No whistles, no play clock, just a room full of generous hearts. EST's Bid for Kids. Get your tickets at kidsportbidsforkids.com. Use promo code ESTBIDS for 10% off.
All right, thanks for joining us this afternoon. Oilers practicing today, play Seattle tomorrow. Oil Kings will play in Saskatoon tomorrow against the Blades. That series is 1-1. Ethan McKenzie, who's been on the show, got the overtime winner yesterday afternoon. We are fired up for Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton area for 45 years. The authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning. Look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. And, of course, we're always fired up to have Paul Sir on the show to talk a little hoops. Mr. Sir, it's Reid and Jay. How are you doing? He's muted. Paul, I think you're muted because we can't hear you. He's going to get it. We got that crazy finish to talk about UConn and Duke. What do we got here? Colorado just got a double. There.
Oh.
Paul, we got you. How's it going, buddy?
Sitting here in my car at Oceanside, California. So, I'm doing great.
I didn't realize you were out of town. I wouldn't have bothered you if I'd known that.
You know what? I wanted to be bothered. This is the Final Four. There are no borders. There are no weather conditions that can prevent one from talking about the Final Four, especially after what happened yesterday.
Okay, well, let's start there because when that happened between UConn and Duke, I initially thought of Jay because I thought we got to talk about this on the show, and I was pretty sure he was watching. And then I thought, okay, Paul Sir, because Paul's probably breaking this down in his head, all the possibilities,
screaming at the TV.
And like you've played, you've coached, you've been in late game situations as a player to coach. Before we even talk about the 19-point lead evaporating, where did Duke go wrong, and/or what did UConn do right in those final 10 seconds?
UConn never quit. That's what they did right. And they willed themselves to a victory. And that's even a bit trite to even describe it like that, Reid, because I don't know how you can't make that up. I'm writing a blog and I thought I'm going to start with, I really want to sit down with the basketball gods and Mount Olympus or wherever it is where they make these things up and they scheme these things out, because you couldn't make that up. So on UConn's part, they just were relentless in never quitting, up to and including missing one of the two free throws, which made it even more unlikely. All Duke had to do was get the ball over half court. UConn pulled 5 people up. They had 2 Dukies deep. If Caden Boozer makes a normal pass, we're not talking about this, but he didn't do that. And then the unbelievable sequence in such a short period of time afterwards, and the long 35-footer, nothing but net. It was pure. It wasn't a huck. It was a shot. Yeah, I mean, if that doesn't exceed, I think it's the only shot that you could say exceeds the Christian Laettner shot from 1992.
Yeah, that's one of the most amazing things. I didn't see the whole game, but I got home in time to see the last few minutes, so perfect timing for me. But just the whole drama of that. So let me ask you this way, because Jay and I double-checked the rules. It's still 10 seconds to get it across half in the NCAA. It's not 8, like a lot of leagues have now. And they were inbounding it with exactly 10 seconds. Like, you just kind of wrap up.
All they had to do, like Cameron Boozer got rid of it. The pass goes to Caden in the middle. Cameron reverses the ball. All Caden had to do was hold the ball. Now, the danger there is a jump ball. I don't know if it would have been UConn's ball or Duke's ball. The idea of passing over the defense for a last-second dunk, putting the exclamation point on, perfectly normal. He just didn't execute it. He passed it from his hip. And the UConn guy got his hand on the ball, and then it was interception, pass, shot, 0.3 seconds left. All they had to do was hang on to it, and they didn't. And what's interesting, guys, go ahead. Go ahead, Jay.
Would they not have fouled then, like Caden Boozer? Would they not have wrapped him up, and that would have been a foul anyhow?
Yeah. I mean, You couldn't. Caden Boozer said, "I lost the game for the team." Unfortunately, he did, and you hate to say it that way because, on one hand, you have to say it. That a game loss like that doesn't come down completely to that play, but when you're winning close games in tough situations, it does come down to plays like that. And to make that kind of error is it's almost unthinkable. And guys, this is what's interesting. Now we're into the Duke pattern, because last year they had a 7-point lead against Houston in the semifinals and lost. 7-point lead late. Now John Shire has the reputation as a coach at one of the most prestigious programs who can't get it done in tight situations at the most critical points of the season.
Sorry.
No, after you, Reid.
So this begs the question then, did he, in the huddle, did he prepare them properly for the last 10 seconds or in practice or wherever? Like sometimes players blow it. These are still relatively young human beings.
Yes.
But should have they been better prepared how to handle that final possession?
Yup. They should have. They shouldn't have done that. I mean, that's the problem. You shouldn't throw a pass from your hip against oncoming pressure. One dribble to the right, you got a wide open pass. Like anything but that. Everything everything that happened had to happen like it did for that kind of outcome to happen, Reid. So were they prepared? I really don't know. Is it probably Caden just threw a bad pass? Yep. Probably so, but my God, you still have to make the shot.
Well, that's the thing.
And,
yeah,
and the genius pass after the interception pass. Usually in a situation like that, when you're down to like 2 seconds, you're going to chuck the ball.
Yeah,
but he had the presence of mind to pass it back, and the kid took a shot that looked like he was completely comfortable for him. And now we've got new history to talk about.
Oh, yeah. And I said that because Jay and I were watching it together on YouTube earlier today. And I said, I don't know all the names, but like the first guy who got the ball, if I'm him, I'm chucking it. Like for him to think, no, wait a minute. No, and also the Duke, again, I don't know all the players' names, but the Duke defender just doesn't he at least have to jump straight up or wave his hand in the way when the UConn guy is shooting the three? Just in case you could distract them?
Yes. But it was paralysis. It was like Duke, sure. I think, just absolutely paralyzed. And when you think of you're watching it in real time, you're dealing with 2 to 3 seconds and, a blink of an eye. And everything had to go absolutely perfectly the way it did for that shot to even get off. But then it had to go in. And not only did it go in, it was a pure shot from 35 feet and it just kissed the bottom of the net. Like, that's ridiculous. That is, everything about that play was ridiculous. And yet now we have more folklore. Just when you think you couldn't concoct something like that, it was concocted, cooked, and delivered. So we have something new to talk about. And do you think that'll be on One Shining Moment?
Oh, geez, yeah. That'll be on every promo for the next 40 years, that shot.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Paul Sir joining us here on the Reid Wilkins Show. Look, you've played a lot of basketball. You've coached a lot of basketball. I want to look at the other side of this equation where, okay, the story's been about Duke and how they collapsed in the final moments of that game and much of the second half, to be honest. But there has to be credit given where it's due. And Dan Hurley and that Husky team, I heard this last night. I couldn't believe it. They went 1 for 18 from the 3-point line in the first half, Paul. How do you as a coach keep that team motivated and saying, we just, is it literally play by play, one at a time?
It is. Hurley is an ultimate competitor. He, I think, learned a lesson after last year. I did that, in some of the follow-up reading I was doing about how he handled his loss last year when he was complaining about the NCAA. He really kind of made a bit of a fool of himself that was unbecoming of a two-time NCAA champion. And he got a lot of feedback and advice, including from his mother, apparently, saying, you got to clean this up and be more positive with your kids. And whatever Dan Hurley learned at this stage of his very, very storied career applied to this team. They never took their eye off what they were doing. And I think that's the most impressive part of what UConn's effort was. You're down that much, you would think at some point you just give up. But not only did they not give up, they literally, and you guys know this, you see this in hockey all the time, when one team during the course of a game turns it around by imposing their will on the other team through a series of small things that eventually snowball into big things. And now Duke gets a little tight with the ball. The UConn starts hitting shots. You tighten up on offense. You get looser on Duke tightens up on offense. UConn gets tougher on defense. All those things start happening, but it's so unusual to come back. So Hurley had to have been reminding his players throughout the whole second half, just one play at a time, maximum effort, believe in yourselves, and we'll see where we come out in the end. But they never focused, it seemed, on the score. They focused on the play and the moment. And I think that's one of the great developments in sport in general, in sports psychology, is getting players to not react to a mistake, but rather focus on the next play where they can make a difference. And UConn certainly did that in spades.
Well, I hope all my daughters are listening because that was very well put, Paul. Okay, so everybody had UConn and Illinois facing off, clearly, but I'm kidding. Look, yeah, I know we've been talking about
those brackets.
Yeah, the brackets have been busted. We've been talking about, how much UConn turned it around, the story of their head coach, Dan Hurley. But I'm sorry, Paul. Like, is this next weekend, is this come down to, or at least in your opinion or your thoughts on this, is it Arizona, Michigan? Is that the game that's going to, do you think, contribute to the national championship winner?
I think so. I think that's a fair story. Now, though, look at Illinois. They beat the runner-up from last year's national championship in Houston like dogs. Like, they just handled them. Now, everybody who ever has heard me knows I am a complete Iowa fanatic, but Iowa got their comeuppance, deservedly so, and they just were not able to match the talent of Illinois. Illinois is big, they're tough, they're a threat. I think they're a threat, but it looks like it'll be Michigan and Arizona, and to me, it looks like it'll be Arizona as the winner. Like, if I had to pick today, I picked Arizona all along. I think what Tommy Lloyd has done there and the type of team they have, like, they have a different level of strength. As big and strong as Michigan is, as big and strong as Illinois is, it's just kind of a different level of strength. So I think what you're saying, Jay, most likely that will happen, but nobody expected, like you said, very few brackets had Illinois in there. So we'll have to wait and see exactly what they're prepared to do and the adjustments they made. And I thought Illinois did a masterful job against an under-talented Iowa team of exploiting that talent. Now, whether they're going to be able to do that against the competition they're going to be facing, which is a whole different level, we'll see. But I think it should be a compelling Final Four. Could be two blowouts and a tough game in the finals, but I think the best teams got there, to be honest. Florida wasn't as good as its ranking. I think the best teams got there. So it's really going to be, it really should be a strong Final Four.
Paul, we always love having you, and we really admire you for joining us when you're traveling. So thank you so much for your commitment. I look forward to seeing you when you're back in Edmonton.
I'm literally sitting in the car and I have my grandsons waving frantically at me right now to let them in. So.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully they left the window rolled down for you.
This will be my 45th anniversary this year, and I want to stay married for another few years. So I'd better go, guys.
Yes, thank you so much. That's awesome. Paul Sir, great talking basketball with him. Of course, long time with Basketball Alberta and one of the driving forces behind 3x3 basketball in Canada. Joining us on the Oil Country Towing video hotline. Oil Country Towing, Edmonton's most trusted 24/7 roadside rescue team, fast, safe, and reliable for over 15 years. Whether it's game day or a snowstorm, we work as hard as your favorite team to get you going. Call 780-986-6088 for all your towing needs. Yeah, no doubt about it. That's an epic shot you witnessed history there. That's one of the greatest shots in the history of the NCAA tournament. And Paul was very good because you and I were both kind of like, look how Duke screwed up. And he was kind of like, well, what a shot, which is true. I mean, if he clangs that off the iron, oh, yeah, Duke screwed up. But he's never making a shot from out there, but just a crazy shot.
Unreal.
To make it from there. But yeah, Duke could have just, they could have laid down in the fetal position on top of the ball and made UConn foul you, and then you still probably win, right?
I'm sure it will take Duke a few days, at least the players, to go back and watch that. Because there was a number of different ways that could have went.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just didn't go their way.
I thought I was watching some of the TSN coverage after the game, and Sam Mitchell's on the panel, right?
Yes.
The former Raptors coach.
He was great.
And he made a great point about that if it was one of the boozers that had the ball, right? If he's going to try to pass out of that, he needs to go low. He needs to fire a bounce pass instead of trying to go high. And
when do you see a press? Where do you see the players' hands? They're up here.
Right.
They're not down here.
But he made a great point that he said when he was coaching the NBA, I don't know if somebody told him or he just learned it, but he made a great point that never assume that just because they're in the NBA or NCAA or wherever, that they're going to remember fundamental things they taught when they were 9 years old about breaking a press. Yeah. He's like, you always have to drill that in because they forget or they haven't faced that in a while, or they think they're too talented to have to remember what they were told when they were 9 years old or whatever. And that was a great point. It's a fundamental thing that, it's like you say to a hockey player, well, how can you go offside? Well, sometimes you mess up, right? And that's kind of what happened with Duke. They just fundamentally didn't do the things they'd probably been taught junior high. Maybe in the States, you learn them even sooner than that. How to, do your kids know how to break a press?
Yeah. The older, the oldest
one
daughter for sure. There's a way to do it, whether they perform that all the time.
Right.
But it is that age, right? You're learning the game, and don't forget the pressure of the moment, right? They were up. What were they up by, Reid? 18 points at one point?
They were 15 at the half, 19 early in the second half. Trust me, Awanak was going over all of this with me.
Yeah, they had that game.
Yeah.
There's no way that UConn should have got back in that game, but they did, and then all the bets are off. And that's what happens. But yeah, that's one thing, Reid. That's a great point, actually, that you made. Sure, Duke screwed that up and turned over the ball. But there was still a 37-foot jump shot, 3-point shot that had to happen.
Yeah.
And it did. Right? Oh, that's why it's a fantastic tournament.
Well,
it's
games like that, yeah.
By far my favorite, championship tournament.
Well, like we've talked about, every game is game 7.
Yeah.
So you have that drama, and the beauty of it too is you can turn on the TV with somebody. Well, I don't know anything about these teams. Usually neither do I.
Yeah.
Well, who's the favorite? Well, there's the seats. Do you want to cheer for the favorite? Do you want to cheer for the underdog? The tournament is telling you specifically who they think is going to win.
Sure. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. That was an incredible ending for sure. So it's so what do we have? The 2 number 1s are playing each other, Arizona and Michigan, UConn at 2 against Illinois at 3. I'm going to take Michigan.
Oof.
So in my bracket that I'm in, my buddy, I picked 2 of the final 4 teams.
Me too.
And I can no longer get any points. I picked Illinois and I think Michigan. No, in the Michigan bracket that's where I had Iowa State. I had Illinois and Arizona, but then I had them both losing. So I'm done. I'm 5th out of 17. I can't move up.
Well, Reid, did you see the winningest parlay over at Play Alberta? Michigan to win both NCAA basketball championship and NCAA hockey championship. That has been boosted to plus 680.
Oh, wow. You can jump on that right now.
Right now, if you were to look at who is the favorite, Michigan or Arizona, well, they're not. The odds aren't up right now. The odds are down.
Uh-oh.
That means they're thinking.
They're thinking about it.
People are thinking.
Of course, Edmonton Sports Talk is presented by Play Alberta. Gaming made easy anytime, anywhere. With Play Alberta, you have a full casino experience right at your fingertips. You can play from your phone, tablet, or computer whenever works for you. Download the Play Alberta app today. Get started, and don't forget to use your game sense. What's going on here?
Did you see what just happened?
I did not see you. I was just with the Jays. What happened?
Ponce fell off the mound.
What?
Yeah, he was in his pitch cadence.
Did they call a balk?
And he fell literally to the ground and then lobbed it towards home plate.
They're not showing a replay here. Let's hope we get one. I missed it just as I was doing the read.
I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that. He just fell.
Rocky's got a runner on third with nobody out, no score in the top of the one out. Top of the third. So Blue Jays have pulled the infield. Well, they're not showing a replay. I assume it'll be showing up all over. It was like a blooper of the month or something. That's crazy. Did he slip pushing off the rubber?
I just caught the end of it, and he just had fallen.
That's a weird one.
But he got up.
He's been out of the big leagues, 4 years?
Yeah.
4 or 5 years? All right. 780-218-9999 is how you text us, the River Cree Resort and Casino inbox. Don't forget about the Tap 25 happy hour. $5.25 drinks, all beers, including bottled, domestic, import, and draft. Select premium well highballs and select premium wine served at Tap 25, Center Bar, Onyx, and on the casino floor. Available Sunday to Thursday, 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. And now Ponce, he's hurt himself here.
Now he's injured.
He's hurt himself. Okay, we'll stay with this here. So there was a dribbler to the first base side of the mound. He ran after it, bent to field it, missed it. And then as he got up, he started hobbling. The Rockies score a run on the play, and now he's down on the turf between first and second base. So Ponce, had some major league struggles, goes over to Asia. Well, didn't he pitch in Japan and Korea? I think MVP in Korea last year. So it's a two-hopper. It was waist high. So he actually missed what should have been a fairly straightforward play. He misses the ball waist high, and then as he goes down to grab it, he starts stumbling. Right knee or hamstring, maybe?
Right knee, right Achilles, right something.
Yeah. I mean,
he jams it right here.
He misses. That's a clear error. And then he tries to stop on his right leg.
Yeah.
And he kind of comes down on it funny, and then he sort of hobbles on it into
he was in a lot of
first
pain.
Base. Yeah, he's coming out of the game. Man, that's tough.
It's too bad.
Yeah. All right. 1-0 Rockies, top of the third. Words of the day when we get back.
Frederick hit the ice for the Oilers at practice for the first time since being injured March 19th against the Panthers. Colton Dach did the same. His first skate since going down March 10th with an injury. Today's slate, 5 games around the NHL, just about to hit the intermission after 20 minutes. Penguins, Islanders tied at 0s. Pittsburgh on the power play 5-on-4 for about a minute and a half in Sidney Crosby's return to action. He missed Saturday's game with an upper body injury against the Stars. Sharks and Blues, they also face off. San Jose still in the hunt, 4 points behind the Predators for Wild Card 2. 3 games in hand on Nashville for the Panthers. They've ruled out Captain Alexander Barkov for the remainder of the season. He continues to recover from an MCL and ACL tear. And the Blue Jays are against the Rockies for the first of 3 games in their series. Cody Ponce in his Jays debut being carted off due to injury. They're in the top of the third currently. Rockies up 1-0. Around the majors, few games. Live top of the 5th. Pirates down 2-0 to the Reds, while the Rangers have a 4-1 lead on the Orioles midway through the 4th. To the NBA. 2 games live. Celtics down by 2, 12-10 for the Hawks. Halfway through the first quarter and early in the second, just a 1-point difference. Phillies, or 76ers, Philly over Miami by a single point. Words of the day up next here on the Reid Wilkins Show. I'm Zachary Kubish, and you're up to date.
EST Afternoons.
Jays, Yankees 1-2 in the AL East this year?
Jays 4, Yankees 1.
You're saying the Jays will finish 4th? Yes. Wow.
Hey,
Do you really think the Blue Jays fall to 4th?
Here's what I'll say about the Toronto Blue Jays as a Yankee fan. So the Yankees are always the Yankees. The Yankees are always in the playoffs. Toronto Blue Jays, there's many times where they have a great season and then they fall the next year.
EST Afternoons, weekday afternoons 1 to 3, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
At Firehouse Subs, our subs are freshly toasted, stacked high, and crafted to satisfy. Each sub is piled high with premium meats, melty cheese, and toasted to perfection. Firehouse Subs brings bold flavor to every bite, all served on a freshly toasted roll. But we're not just feeding Edmonton, we're fueling it. Dig into the brisket hat trick, piled with slow-smoked brisket and melty cheese. Or go to the Firehouse Subs fan favorite, the Hook and Ladder. Made to order with smoked turkey, honey ham, and Monterey Jack cheese on a perfectly toasted roll. With 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, it's easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs. Hot, hearty, made to satisfy.
It's a rezzed up reimagining, a cultural celebration, and a smash hit. River Cree Resort and Casino brings you Bear Grease the Musical. Don't miss this hilarious spin on the 70s classic, replacing T-Birds and Pink Ladies with a cast of characters that spotlight Indigenous language, music, and moves with a Broadway flair. Iconic numbers get a bold new spirit in the audience favorite, Bear Grease. April 26th in the venue at River Cree. Must be 18 plus. Get info and tickets at rivercreeresort.com.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching the button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
Your brand deserves more than just a whisper, it deserves a buzz. At the Hive Product Marketing, they specialize in promotional products that bring the buzz. From eye-catching giveaways to unforgettable keepsakes, they got the perfect products to make your brand stand out and get noticed. Visit the Hive Product Marketing and let them create the buzz your business deserves. The Hive Product Marketing, the official merch partner of Edmonton Sports Talk. Visit them online at thehiveproductmarketing.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Yeah, hopefully Cody Potts is okay. Blue Jays pitcher injured trying to field a ground ball in the top of the third. He was able to walk, but he's hobbled, and he was taken off the field on a cart. Blue Jays trailing 1-0. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. If you have us on YouTube, we are over 100 thumbs. Thank you very much for that. You still have a couple minutes to give us a thumbs up if you haven't already. And, of course, we are going to wrap her up with the words of the day for the Edmonton Public Library. Get them online, epl.ca. Visit the library outlet in your neighborhood. And they also have an intellectual freedom campaign. Learn more about how EPL protects your freedom to read at intellectualfreedom.ca.
The word of the day with Reid and Jay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
What do they got to say?
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you.
Let's find out.
English, do you speak it? Then you know what I'm saying.
Well, Reid, a little Monday afternoon delight here.
Uh-oh.
Words of the day, contributor, Abutski.
Oh, my. Here we go.
First word of the day. Both of these have been submitted by our listener, Abutski. First word, taper.
That's it? The word of the day is taper.
Not the word you're thinking of.
It's not.
I'll just say that. It's not like you and your suit tapered. It's not that.
Taper, but it's not T-A-P-E-R. Do I lose any points for confirming that that's not the spelling?
It is not.
Okay. Okay, then I'm just gonna change one letter. I'm gonna go with my gut here.
I think you might be onto something.
TAPIR. So I was fine there because I think in a spelling bee they can ask for a definition.
Sure.
So you understood that. Okay.
Yeah.
So TAPIR, but I don't know what this word means, so I'll take a sentence.
The tapir is rarely seen in the wild during daylight hours.
So it's probably a type of animal. Wonder what this is exactly, though. I'm going to say it's a nocturnal bird. Wrong, but interesting.
Tapir is a large hoofed mammal native to South and Central American and Southeast Asian forests.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Abutsky did add, it's pronounced the same as taper, but has nothing to do with either the barber's verb taper or with tape.
Oh, look at it. He's cute.
Looks like a tapir to me.
It looks like a combination of a horse, anteater, antelope, and dog.
That's a good way of describing it. Second word of the day, ameliorate. Ameliorate.
Ameliorate. AMELIORATE. Dun, da, da, da. All right, got to spell. You know what, Jay? This is one of these words. This is one of them words. It's one of these words I feel as if I should know what it means, but I don't because I've seen this word, so I'll take a sentence.
The new medication helped to ameliorate her pain.
Alleviate? Like lessen, deal with, decrease?
Yeah, sure. To make a bad, uncomfortable, or unsatisfactory situation better, more bearable, or improved.
More or less.
Yeah.
2.5 out of 4.
Yeah, not bad.
Better than most of my days last week.
Not bad. Thanks, Abutsky.
Tomorrow is a game day, so we'll be setting you up for the Oilers and the Kraken. Our live programming resumes at 6 a.m., of course, on iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, and on YouTube. And the morning show, the Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric, is also on Cruise FM from 95.7 from 6 to 9. On behalf of Zach Kubish and Jason Milne, I'm Reid Wilkins. Have a great evening.